Folks in Mangum know what to do when they need to quench a thirst, curb a hunger attack, or cool down with an ice cream. They just make the Loop at 918 North Lewis Tittle in Mangum. The Loop, supporting the Mangum Tigers and Lady Tigers.
Mangum Brick Company has been operating since the early 1900s. They're the largest private employer in Greer County. Mangum Brick is proud to support high school athletics radio broadcasts. And if you know of someone looking for work, always check with Mangum Brick, as they may be hiring.
Travis Septic Tank Service can handle everything related to septic tank maintenance and cleaning, including commercial applications. Call Travis Septic Tank Services at 580-782-2384. That's 782-2384. Travis says, "Go Mangum Tigers." The Hamburger Inn in Mangum continues to be that special place people have enjoyed for generations. Good food prepared by your neighbors in a laid-back atmosphere where you really feel at home. Breakfast, lunch specials daily, and the famous fish fry every night. Stay on Saturday night. But you guys know about in Mangum. We'll see you there.
The Mangum Star News has been serving Southwest Oklahoma since 1887. No wonder when folks want to know what's happening, they grab the Mangum Star News. Today, the paper is just as proud as ever to serve you online, in your mailbox, or at a store near you. The Mangum Star News.
Triad Home Health in Mangum is locally owned and offers nursing, physical therapy, occupational, wound care, IV therapy, and more. All administered by people who go above and beyond for you. Phone Triad Home Health today at 580-782-5800. That's 782-5800. For top-notch heating and air conditioning service and installation, you can rely on Payne's Heating and Air, serving Southwest Oklahoma and North Texas from their headquarters in Mangum, Oklahoma. With years of experience and hundreds of satisfied customers, call Payne's Heating and Air Conditioning at 799-5130, 799-5130.
Hey fans, are you going to be in the stands? This is Lori Laughlin from Stockman's Bank, member FDIC, and we can't hide our Tiger pride. Whether it's the gridiron or the basketball court, we support our Tigers and Lady Tigers. So bring your best orange and black and we'll see you at the game. Stockman's Bank is Tiger proud.
Mangum Oil and Gas at 1306 North Lewis Tittle offers so many services. From fuel at the C-store to the self-serve car wash, getting propane bottles filled or propane delivered to the home and farm, even U-Haul services. It's no wonder so many folks head to Mangum Oil and Gas, where they say, "Go Tigers."
When you need auto repairs, save money and get it done right at Dwayne's Auto in Mangum. Dwayne's fixes flats, does brake jobs, turns rotors, alignments, that all-important air conditioning work, and general auto repair. If your car or truck isn't right, just head to Dwayne's Auto at 1205 North Lewis Tittle in Mangum. Call 782-5151. That's 782-5151. Mangum Tiger proud.
Taking care of your family is easy and convenient at the JCMH Family Care Medical Clinic in Mangum. Located at 114 South Lewis Tittle in Mangum, Dr. Lonnie Perryman and nurse practitioner Patty Burks provide a comprehensive, full-service family practice, including care for children and adults, including geriatrics. Call 782-3393 for appointments at the JCMH Family Care Medical Clinic in Mangum.
Listen, if you need a new overhead door or service on your overhead door you've got, here's some important information that you need to know. David Payne of Payne's Heat and Air has purchased Faith Garage Door Company. So if you need commercial or residential installation, service, or repairs, just call David Payne at Faith Garage Doors, 580-482-6369. Free estimates always.
The Mangum Tag Agency is easy to find in 108 East Pierce Street in Mangum. When you need license tags, registration, driver's license renewal, IRP registration, pipe passes, or even send a UPS, Tom and Cynthia Clark will help you at the Mangum Tag Agency. Call 580-782-3004. That's 782-3004.
Mangum Golden Age Apartments offer HUD-approved housing for anyone 62 or older or on Social Security disability. They have one bedroom and efficiencies which include all bills paid, including Wi-Fi, and cable is just $5. Mangum Golden Age Apartments are located at 100 East Lincoln, right on the downtown square in Mangum. Call Brandy at 580-782-2452 for more information.
Friends, you need to take care of your eyes. Have regular checkups. Make an appointment with Dr. Michael Geiger Eye Care in Altus, and now there's a Geiger Eye Care in Frederick. Dr. Michael Geiger and Sons, Seth and Bryce, well, they're good at what they do, so get your eyes checked. Geiger Eye Care, Altus and Frederick, proud to support Southwest Oklahoma youth in sports, in the classroom, in the showroom, whatever. That's Geiger Eye Care, Altus and Frederick, Mike, Seth, and Bryce Geiger, 580-482-1756.
Everyone wants to be on a winning team. That's why Great Plains Bank is a proud supporter of the Tigers. No matter what life may throw at you, Great Plains Bank has the play drawn up, and we're ready to go into overtime to win your business. What makes Great Plains Bank different is that we will make the extra push to get you to the goal line. When it comes to your family's finances, every play counts. So pick a teammate you can trust. We want you on our team because with customers like you, we are greater together. Great Plains Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Greer County Farm Bureau agents Mickey Lively and Rod Calhoun support high school sports. Mickey and Rod offer insurance for property, auto, casualty, life, commercial, and crop insurance. They're ready to serve you at 231 North Oklahoma in Mangum. Call 580-782-3827.
When it comes to funeral homes, there are several to choose from, but choosing a funeral home that is locally owned offers the advantage of the local owners who are involved right here in the community, helping you during your time of need. Greer Funeral Home owners Carson and Stacy Van Zant are perfect examples of owners who offer that family-like connection that you'd expect from a friend and a neighbor. Greer Funeral Home in Mangum and Granite, providing dignity and respect.
Amanda Weaver from Mangum is now the manager at Courtsview Meat Company in Altus. Gary and Letitia Stockton and Amanda are proud to sponsor Hobart Bearcat and Mangum Tiger radio broadcasts. Listen, when you're enjoying ball this fall, stack up on the best ribeye steaks money can buy from Courtsview. Also ribs, jerky, smoked sausage, hams, and a lot more. And of course, they do custom slaughtering. If you're grilling, roasting, baking, or slicing, you can't go wrong with Courtsview Meat Company, 800 South Veterans Drive in Altus, phone 580-477-1390.
For over 4 generations, the Willis family and staff have worked to develop their skills, and with improved technologies, they can assure you of a monument that will stand the test of time. Their award-winning designers, expert stone cutters, layout artists, sandblast sculptors, and installation crew are here to serve you. Visit them online at willisgranite.com. Willis Granite Products, with locations in Granite, Oklahoma City, and Stillwater.
333 Dental Care in Mangum is the dental practice of Dr. Dustin Lively. His experience, skill, and compassion go hand in hand when providing exceptional, up-to-date patient care. Dr. Lively and his team of professionals are proud to help you with the best dental care possible, along with preventive care that will result in a beautiful, long-lasting smile. Call 580-782-2552 or visit the team at 333 Dental Care. They support the Mangum Tigers and Lady Tigers.
Wondering how Western Oklahoma State College can fit into your future? With 25 degree options and more than 20 student organizations, it's easy to join the Pioneer family. Western offers classes online and on campus, making it simple to fit an education into your schedule. Western's tuition is less than half of a four-year university's and offers many scholarship opportunities. To find out more about how your future is brighter at Western, visit wosc.edu.
Jamie's Auto Sales in Mangum specializes in reliable used vehicles. Here are some of the examples of what's on the lot right now. Check out this 2012 Kia Sorento all-wheel drive with 102,000 miles and fully equipped. It's white with ebony cloth for only $79.50. Or this 2010 GMC Terrain, locally owned, 113,000 miles, rear DVD, leather, only $88.50. And this 2012 loaded Audi QS for $11,950. See Jamie or Lacey at Jamie's Auto Sales in Mangum.
Most folks don't need the services of an attorney often, but when they do, many are choosing Corey Kendall, attorney at law. With offices in Altus and Mangum, Corey provides family law, estate planning, real estate, and criminal law services, operating with integrity as the cornerstone of his practice. The Kendall Law Firm is family-run, with wife Renee managing the office. When you need an attorney, remember Corey Kendall, attorney at law.
Bring hope and peace to a child. Young children of all ages need homes. Please consider opening your loving home to a child in need. Children deserve to grow up in a loving, caring family. We have the services and community connections that can help foster families succeed. Contact your local youth service agency at 580-726-3383 for more details. Abused and neglected children are Oklahoma's most vulnerable population. Help is needed now. Great Plains Youth and Family Services is a proud sponsor of today's broadcast.
If you have tickets or accidents and need auto insurance, you're purchasing a new home and need homeowners coverage, you're a contractor needing general liability or a bond, maybe you're a business owner and need professional liability, directors and officers, or cyber liability, you need farm coverage or crop insurance, the Castle Agency in Mangum is who you're looking for. Family owned and operated for 81 years, the Castle Agency provides insurance for individuals, families, businesses with all kinds of insurance needs. Call or go by the Castle Agency and Pam Simmons will be happy to help you out. Phone 580-782-3049. Visit the office at 122 South Pennsylvania in Mangum.
We are a community of ongoing legacy and tradition. This is Landon Brooks from Stockman's Bank, member FDIC. We are so proud of the continued success of the Mangum Tigers on and off the field. Good luck on another exciting season, Tigers and Lady Tigers. Stockman's Bank is behind you all the way.
Folks in Mangum know what to do when they need to quench a thirst, curb a hunger attack, or cool down with an ice cream. They just make the Loop at 918 North Lewis Tittle in Mangum. The Loop, supporting the Mangum Tigers and Lady Tigers.
Mangum Brick Company has been operating since the early 1900s. They're the largest private employer in Greer County. Mangum Brick is proud to support high school athletics radio broadcasts. And if you know of someone looking for work, always check with Mangum Brick, as they may be hiring.
Travis Septic Tank Service can handle everything related to septic tank maintenance and cleaning, including commercial applications. Call Travis Septic Tank Services at 580-782-2384. That's 782-2384. Travis says, "Go Mangum Tigers." The Hamburger Inn in Mangum continues to be that special place people have enjoyed for generations. Good food prepared by your neighbors in a laid-back atmosphere where you really feel at home. Breakfast, lunch specials daily, and the famous fish fry every Friday night, or a great steak dinner on Saturday night. But you guys know about the Hamburger Inn in Mangum. We'll see you there.
The Mangum Star News has been serving southwest Oklahoma since 1887. No wonder when folks want to know what's happening, they grab the Mangum Star News. Today, the paper is just as proud as ever to serve you online, in your mailbox, or at a store near you. The Mangum Star News.
Well, hi again, everyone. Welcome to football on Classic Hits 97.7, OKSports.tv, and also on Facebook Live on Classic Hits 97.7. And the whir that you hear in the background, that roar, is air evac. Dylan, are you getting this on camera, son? As the helicopter landing in midfield to deliver tonight's game ball, and a perfect 50-yard landing. That's just cool stuff right there. You can also tell they've mowed the grass recently because there's a lot of debris in the air. Dylan apparently wasn't aware of this. This is like the third or fourth year in a row they have done this, and he didn't know about it. But Air Evac has delivered the game ball for the last at least 3 years here at Mangum, at least one football game per year. So pretty cool there. And Colt Laughlin and Dalen Stacy going to go out and accept it. And I believe that's our dear friend Misty Williams, and indeed it is. Misty Williams delivering that game ball. We've known Misty for a long time, and she is an Air Evac nurse. And good to see Misty a part of tonight's festivities. How do you top that? I mean, a helicopter lands at the 50-yard line at 6:45. They deliver the game ball, and you're supposed to live up to it from there. That's a tall task there, but we'll let Dylan watch the flight of the helicopter so you folks at home can watch along. And then I think, Dylan, after we see the helicopter take off, I want you to pan down and see the new fashion statement that is being made here tonight. You got to wear your overall shorts with no shirt and the mullet going on. That's good stuff there now. I expect to see you next week at Frederick dressed in similar fashion. I mean, come on, dude. By the way, we've got a football game coming up tonight as the Mangum Tigers get ready to take on SAS Classen at Northeast. And you can hear the helicopter in the background, no doubt. And, again, a perfect 50-yard landing right at the designated time of 6:45. And, again, our dear friend Misty Williams delivering the game ball from Air Evac Life Team. And great job, Misty, and great job by the Air Evac team. That's some quality stuff right there. I'm a thrilled junkie. Have you ever ridden, Dylan Fox? Have you ever ridden in a helicopter before?
I have not. No.
All right, it was a long time ago that I did. We were in Branson as a family, and we rode when I was like 13, 14 years old. It was cool. Of course, have you got it? Have you got the shot of the new fashion look? All right, that is. I wish we knew who that was. He's down there talking to Brooks Cross. We'll get Brooks and find out who that is. That's a, you know what? That's a young man that is very comfortable in his own skin, and he has a lot of confidence going on, and I like that.
I don't think I could. I don't think I have enough confidence to walk out of my house wearing that.
You're not going to try to pull that off?
I don't think so.
All right. Well, got a football game coming up tonight. As we mentioned, SAS Classen at Northeast is the opponent here this evening. And you were talking about, does Mangum normally play this school? And they don't, of course. And it's a team that is a new school, and they've got a new atmosphere, if you will, and so they are playing an independent schedule. Fortunately, they were playing that independent schedule and allowed Mangum to schedule them this week because Mangum had been scheduled to take on Hollis. Hollis, though, over the summer, dropping down to 8-man football, and there's a hole in the schedule. You know, you're Sam Powers, you're like, golly, I don't want to go a week without playing a game, so they were able to pick up this bowl game, and that is a stroke of genius and good luck for the Mangum Tigers as they will get a chance to play this football game here this evening. Now, the weather has been a factor all 4 weeks. Week 1, 100 degrees at kickoff. Week 2, it's comfortable at 84. Last week, it was about 82, 83 degrees, but we had torrential rain and were eventually lightning out with 3:03 left in the third quarter. And now tonight, as we get ready for kickoff, it's 92 degrees at 6:49. So when does it break? We have to wonder that out loud.
Yeah, no. As long as it doesn't pour and we actually get a game in, I think I'll be all right.
Well, there's no doubt that there will not be any rainfall. We have a slight chance of rain in the forecast, but it's not until like after 4 o'clock this morning. So. Or tomorrow morning, actually, so you don't need to worry about that. Captains for Mangum headed towards midfield, as are the ones from Classen SAS. And the captains for the Tigers will include Colton Laughlin and Dalen Stacy, Payson Jenkins, and also out there J.T. Schrum for the Tigers of Mangum, who do come in with a record of 3-0. Meantime, the captain's squad out there for this group from Classen SAS or SAS Classen will include Nicholas Crump. And we were watching Nicholas in warm-ups, and he's an impressive young man. Good-looking athlete. Also, Aaron Kirby, one of the captains here this evening for this group from SAS Classen. Our men in the striped suits this evening will include Brad Wink and Tim Chimineski, along with Homer Ellis, David Tucker, who we talked to at length, and then Tyson Morley, who is a fill-in tonight. Morley brought in from another crew. Apparently, he was umpiring softball this afternoon, and Tucker made mention. He said, I hope that Morley doesn't call anybody safe. Forget what kind of sport he is officiating here this evening. So we're just simply waiting to see who wins the toss and who will receive and who will kick off. You'll remember it was a couple of weeks ago. Mangum, their first offensive possession, went upstairs and had a touchdown pass well over 60 yards to begin, well, right at 60 yards to begin the ball game. If they get similar field position here tonight, I think you will probably see something very similar.
Yeah, I think you called that play. Was that week 1?
Week 2.
Week 2, yeah. Mm-hmm. I think if they get a good field position, I think they're going to take a shot early.
Well, Mangum is elected to receive the football. They will do so on the right end of your listening and or viewing device. And so they will have the football to begin the ball game, and I think that's a statement right there by Sam Powers. We're going to go and try to score early and often, and don't be surprised if that is the case, as it is an overmatched squad from SAS Classen. Before we go to break, I want to mention this, and the support that we have in Mangum and Cordell and up at Hobart for the football teams and the athletic teams, it helps those kids play the sports, whatever they may be. When there's folks in the stands, it really gives you some motivation. You have got to tip your cap to this group from SAS Classen, because you look across the way and literally there are 3 people in the stands, and now 4. All right, let's take a timeout. We'll come back, get ready for tonight's kickoff between Mangum and Classen SAS. Got high school football coming up. This is how it's supposed to be done. We are Classic Hits 97.7 and OKSports.tv.
Triad Home Health in Mangum is locally owned and offers nursing, physical therapy, occupational, wound care, IV therapy, and more. All administered by people who go above and beyond for you. Phone Triad Home Health today at 580-782-5800. That's 782-5800. For top-notch heating and air conditioning service and installation, you can rely on Payne's Heating and Air, serving Southwest Oklahoma and North Texas from their headquarters in Mangum, Oklahoma. With years of experience and hundreds of satisfied customers, call Payne's Heating and Air Conditioning at 799-5130, 799-5130.
Hey fans, are you going to be in the stands? This is Lori Laughlin from Stockman's Bank, member FDIC, and we can't hide our Tiger pride. Whether it's the gridiron or the basketball court, we support our Tigers and Lady Tigers. So bring your best orange and black and we'll see you at the game. Stockman's Bank is Tiger proud.
Mangum Oil and Gas at 1306 North Lewis Tittle offers so many services. From fuel at the C-store to the self-serve car wash, getting propane bottles filled or propane delivered to the home and farm, even U-Haul services. It's no wonder so many folks head to Mangum Oil and Gas, where they say, "Go Tigers."
When you need auto repairs, save money and get it done right at Dwayne's Auto in Mangum. Dwayne's fixes flats, does brake jobs, turns rotors, alignments, that all-important air conditioning work, and general auto repair. If your car or truck isn't right, just head to Dwayne's Auto at 1205 North Lewis Tittle in Mangum. Call 782-5151. That's 782-5151. Mangum Tiger proud.
Taking care of your family is easy and convenient at the JCMH Family Care Medical Clinic in Mangum. Located at 114 South Lewis Tittle in Mangum, Dr. Lonnie Perryman and nurse practitioner Patty Burks provide a comprehensive, full-service family practice, including care for children and adults, including geriatrics. Call 782-3393 for appointments at the JCMH Family Care Medical Clinic in Mangum.
All right, welcome back to the Liberty Bowls. We get set for Mangum and SAS Classen in a non-district affair this evening. As we mentioned, SAS Classen is an independent school, and they're playing an independent schedule. They are listed as a Class A team. Before we get underway, I just want to mention and get your thoughts about this. Sadly, for the second time in 2 weeks, a young man in Oklahoma has lost his life from playing football, 7th grader. It was a 7th grader, I believe, or was it an 8th grader?
It was a 13-year-old.
Okay.
I know that for sure.
Over at Lexington, was involved in a tackle and lost consciousness on the field and passed away. And as I mentioned, second player in as many weeks to lose his life, and a sad thing there. But, you know, and I talked a little bit about on the morning show this morning, when you've got as many people, many kids that are playing football, I mean, the averages, the numbers just say that something like that is going to occur. And I don't want to diminish at all what happened to those young men, but there's been a hue and cry. Maybe we need to stop playing football. Do we need to do things differently? You're a young person. I've got my thoughts about it, but I'm a dinosaur, and I wonder if mine are different than a millennial has about the game of football and where it's going.
So actually, this is kind of interesting. I actually went to the athletic training room at SWASU today, and we sat down and actually had this conversation about what needs to change going forward. And I think most of us came to a consensus, because we see a lot of injuries in football. We came to a consensus that at that young of age, 13 years old, they really don't know the technique as well. Okay. So a lot of them believed, and I personally believe, that there really needs to be an age where tackle football starts. Okay. So that age, I believe that age needs to be pushed up closer to junior high or high school, because, I mean, whenever you put a helmet on a younger kid, all of their weight is on their head. Right. So if they get hit, they're not going to be able to control their head whenever it hits the ground. Okay. So all that weight's up there. They don't have any muscle, neck muscles, back muscles, or anything to keep that helmet from just hitting the ground really hard. So a lot of us believed was that there needs to be a period where it's, either flag football or something where they don't have the heavy helmet on, and there's not just these coaches telling them to hit each other as hard as possible.
All right, I'm going to ask you a quick question, and I'm going to play devil's advocate. The old guys like me, the dinosaurs,
right.
Hey, you kids get off my lawn. And I subscribe to what you have to say. I want to put that out front. But the dinosaurs, those kind of guys, how do you answer them when they say, oh, well, that's how I played when I was a kid?
Well, I mean, I'm sure things like this happen then. It just wasn't as publicized. So that's kind of where I come from that. And the whole CTE concussion thing has become such a bigger deal within the last 10, 20 years. So from my perspective, it probably happened then. It just wasn't publicized as much.
I think you're exactly right. You bring up a good point. And thank you, sir. And I'm glad that I asked that question. And we didn't rehearse that. That wasn't scripted. It was just something that I thought about all week long, and I wanted to get, as I said, a young person's perspective on that. So we're about ready to play football here, and kicking it off will be Axel Sanchez. Sanchez, a right-footed kicker, got those green shoes. We love them. Low kick, caught at about the 32-yard line by one of the F-backs, and out to the 36 and no more. Will go Sawyer Webb. Webb picks up about 4 on the kick return. It'll be 1st and 10 for Mangum as they go towards the left end of your listening and or viewing device. And you look at the wind, and the wind is going to be at the back of quarterback Colton Laughlin, and I'm going to be stunned if they don't go deep right now.
Yeah, I think, like we talked about earlier, they're going to try to take a shot early in this game.
So they go pistol formation. Laughlin in the backfield. Split out here on the near side will be Sawyer Webb, and Bernard Bailey is the pistol back there. 1st and 10. Look at all the guys along the line of scrimmage for Classen. And again, Laughlin will go upstairs. He got hit as he threw the football, and it's going to be caught. How about that? At about the 44-yard line by Dalen Stacy, and then Stacy took it inside the 40 down to the 39. Wow. So a bit of a break there for Mangum. Laughlin hit as he threw the football. It was a quack, 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 quack. Dead duck up there, but somehow Stacy makes the catch and a positive play there. So they got to go upstairs, but not in conventional fashion. 1st and 10, they have it. And it's the SAS 39-yard line, we'll call it officially. Man in motion to the near side, that's Fisher Webb. And they try to hand it over. He'll fumble the football, and it's going to be recovered. Jumping on the spot there with the recovery is Brandon Gray. So an early turnover against Mangum. And again, that mesh just did not look good between Colton Laughlin and Fisher Webb. Well, this is a team that made a long trip from Oklahoma City. They've seen all the fans in the stands, all the pomp on all the circumstance, and they're just putting on their helmets and saying, we just want to play the game.
Yeah, whenever you drive an hour and a half, to play a team you're not supposed to play, you might as well give them your best shot.
So a statement made early on the fumble, and Mangum will get it on the defensive side. How about that? 1st and 10. And on the carry will be that bruising quarterback, tailback, fullback that I talked about. Nicholas Crump, big kid, strong and physical, but when it's 8-on-1, you're going to lose that every time. Look at all the black hats that got off the pile there. In on the stop for the Tigers. Quan Bailey, Elijah Bernal, also in on the stop. Dalen Stacy, and the Big Uglies up front as well, led by Corbin McGill. So no gain on the play. That'll bring up a 2nd down and 10. Just underway. Glad you could join us on Classic Hits 97.7 on OKSports.tv, and also right now on the Facebook page. Little handoff, inside move, and good coverage that time defensively on the inside. Nice move by Xavion Gurley, but good defense. Again, McGill staying at home. Stacy was there. Got some help, too, from Christian Chavanka, and it'll bring up a 3rd down and 7. Justin O'Neill to the broadcast tonight. Justin, good to have you alongside. Hope you get the feeling better. The invitation is always there for you to come join us at any time. We'll be at Frederick next week at the Bomber Bowl. And this week, Mr. Fox got to see the helicopter. Next week, it'll be the Bomber Rocket. 2-minute motion, penalty flag will fly. And the ball now squirts free. It's loose and going to be picked up by that man, Crump, who come to the 45-yard line of Mangum, get dragged down from behind, lose the ball again, and finally going to be recovered by the Comets. Jake Reynolds came on top of the loose ball. That is good enough for a 1st down, but we had 2 men in motion. And so this one is going to come back. Well, that one had a little bit of everything on it. Illegal shift, 2 fumbles, couple of recoveries, a little juke, a little jive. That's good stuff there. But it's all for naught. All right, let's see what we've got here. Angie Williams-Young says, go Tigers. Number 55, your mama, and you have to read it that way. Your mama loves you, all right? And, of course, 55, for those of you without a program, is Payson Jenkins. So after the 5-yard mark-off, that'll bring up a 3rd down, and we'll call it 11, as going shotgun will be Crump. Long snap, Crump fires, and the football incomplete. Crump was getting pressure off the edge. Quan Bailey tried to get in there, so it'll be 4th down and long. Paula Little Powers is watching. Also, Jason Cook at Washington and Star Spencer. And the visiting side doesn't have as many fans as we do here, is what we understand. Makes you appreciate the support of the Tigers. And indeed, you are so right about that, Mr. Cook. There's no question about it. Lacey Powers says, love this, can't be there, but getting to watch my brother coach this great team every week is awesome. So glad it's available. And you bet there, Lacey. And Sam doing a great job with his program. There's a ball that I don't know how he got rid of the football on the punt, and it's caught by one of the linemen at about the 49-yard line. Xavier Rodriguez caught that punt, and how in the world that punt was not blocked. Joshua Aguilar doing a great job of avoiding the rush and getting the punt away. Man. Mike McAlexander, hey, good to have you alongside, partner. Glad to have you here, and like to hear from you folks as well that are watching on oksports.tv and also on Facebook Live. So it'll be 1st and 10 for Mangum. They'll go with a little toss sweep right side. That's Bernard Bailey turning the corner, 45, and dragged down from behind at about the 41-yard line. Good open field tackle there. Bailey picks up positive yardage. Tackle made by Malachi Brown. Good job by Brown to track him down from behind, but positive yardage nonetheless. 2nd down and 2. So Mangum, a little bit of a hurry-up look here. 2nd offensive possession. They fumbled the first time they had the football, but it did not cause them any problems. Bernard Bailey, he's got room in the middle. 30, still on his feet at the 25, makes a cut, and finally knocked down at about the 21-yard line. Bernard Bailey, huge hole on the left side, and finally was touched by DJ Norris. And also in on this time for the comments was Xavion Gurley, but a 1st down carry for Bernard Bailey. So we thought we'd see a bunch of stuff up top. Saw that opening pass. Everything been on the ground since for Mangum. In the middle of a nice drive here. Now Laughlin wants to go upstairs. Has a man, and the pass going to be too tall for Fisher Webb. Good coverage downfield that time by the Comets, Quincy Jones. It'll be 2nd down and 10. And when I was reading the roster and I came up with Quincy Jones, you know that there's going to be some musical references there, right? Because Quincy Jones is Motown.
Okay.
I mean, he is Motown. There's no question about it. And produced some great music, including Michael Jackson's Thriller. Hee. 2nd down, and you knew I was going to do it. 2nd down and 10. Bailey on the inside handoff. That's Leighton Ketchum. He's at the 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Leighton Ketchum. A little inside reverse. They hand the ball off to Bailey going to the right side. Leighton comes back inside, goes left, and nobody touches him. Leighton Ketchum from 20 yards away. And with 8:50 left in quarter number 1, Mangum on top 6-0 with the extra point on the way. Well, that's some chicanery and sleight of hand there. On to try the extra point will be Jackson Warner. The holder is Fisher Webb. The hold is true, the snap is good, and the kick is high but short, no good. So with 8:50 left in quarter number 1, Mangum leads at 6-0. We're back to the Liberty Bowl after this on Classic Hits 97.7 at oksports.tv.
Listen, if you need a new overhead door or service on your overhead door you've got, here's some important information that you need to know. David Payne of Payne's Heat and Air has purchased Faith Garage Door Company. So if you need commercial or residential installation, service, or repairs, just call David Payne at Faith Garage Doors, 580-482-6369. Free estimates always.
The Mangum Tag Agency is easy to find in 108 East Pierce Street in Mangum. When you need license tags, registration, driver's license renewal, IRP registration, pipe passes, or even send a UPS, Tom and Cynthia Clark will help you at the Mangum Tag Agency. Call 580-782-3004. That's 782-3004.
Mangum Tigers on top 6-0 here. 8:50 left in quarter number one. A little inside reverse there to Leighton Ketchum, and Ketchum goes untouched for 20 yards and the score. Extra point came up short there for Jackson Warner. And it's always an adventure with Jackson. Great kid, fun kid to be around. I would love to get him sometime and talk to him a little bit about kicking. Everybody thinks it's so easy. Those guys on TV, they make it look easy. It is as hard as it gets. All right, here we go now. Speaking of Jackson Warner, he is set to kick it away. Jill Travis Nippert checking out the broadcast. Good to have you alongside, Jill. Little end-over-end kick, going to get offsides called on Mangum as they got out in front of the football. And the onside kick going on and just got there way too quickly. Ivana Young says, yeah! She liked that inside handoff, 30-yard reverse. David Tucker with the call. He tells us illegal procedure, full start, crossing the line before you should. Whatever the case may be, it's 5-yard mark-off against Mangum. So an opportunity here for Sam Powers to maybe, in your final non-district bowl game of the year, maybe show some things so that the folks down the road in district play will have to think about it. Now, that is not the execution that Coach Powers was looking for on that onside attempt, but nonetheless, it'll be something that, for instance, the Bombers of Frederick will file away in anticipation of that game next week. And by the way, that Bomber car, oh my. They've got a little bomber that goes every time they score.
Am I going to enjoy it?
It tops the helicopter, and that's not easy to do. So Jackson Warner to kick it away again. Warner this time going to pooch it into no man's land. Ball free at about the 30, picked up by Crump. And Crump tries to make a little move on the near side, really nowhere to go. Getting down there quickly for Mangum, Dalen Stacy. And the play finally finished off by Sawyer Webb. So the Comets will get it 1st and 10, and they will have it. And officially the 34-yard line, their own 34, trailing 6-0. We might talk a little bit more about that idea of kids playing tackle football and whatnot as the evening progresses. In fact, it may be something that we discuss at halftime. By the way, I'm told at halftime it will be 15 minutes, and that's it. You know, we've had some halftimes at 23, 24 minutes long. But Tucker was telling me while he was speaking with the clock operator, it's a 15-minute halftime tonight.
Just to speed the game up?
Well, yeah, I mean, you know, Classen has had to make a long drive down here. Comets, you hate to get home in the middle of the morning. 1st and 10, Crump going to drop the football. Now he'll toss it late to the left side. That's Gurley and Xavion making something out of nothing. Takes it across the 40 out to the 41-yard line. It's hard running there by Xavion Gurley. Looking like Todd Gurley picking up 7, nearly 8 on the play. In on a stop for the Tigers, Corbin McGill. We'll call it 2nd down and 2. Had a chance last week, got home a little bit earlier, and I had recorded the Boise State Air Force ball game. And Taven Berdow, who was from Altus on that state championship team, is a fullback for the Academy, and it was fun watching him. One of the few times that I would not root for Boise State. All right, 2nd down and about 2. Crump on the keeper, near side, tries to turn the corner. Little spin move, penalty flag will fly. He's got the 1st down, but I think this one is going to come back. Good pursuit that time by Travenka along the line. Got some help as well from the freshman, Brody Shelby. And again, Brad Wink tells us it will be a penalty called against the Comets. I think you're going to get him for a hold where that penalty flag flew. By the way, Elaine Mills-Smith checking in says, let's go Mangum. So many different platforms to choose from, and we cover all the games. How about that? We do it on radio. It's a kind of an amazing thing. So the mark-off will take it all the way back to the 30-yard line. That's a spot foul from the point of infraction, and actually took it inside the 30 to about the 29. So that'll bring up a 2nd down, and we'll call it at 16. The line to make is the 44. Quick handoff and not a whole lot of room in the middle of the football field. Good job defensively inside by the Tigers. As gumming things up, Corbin McGill, JT Schrum in on the stop for the Tigers. That'll bring up a third down and long. No gain on the play. Ball setting at the 30. Line to make is the 14 or the 44. So we'll call it 3rd and 14. 2:20 or 7:20 and running here in his first quarter of play. Mangum on top 6-0. And Dylan and I realizing how much time change is going on this time of the year as the sun has set behind us, and we're oh so grateful. 2 weeks ago, it was still the scorched earth policy that was going on at this time. So a third down play, ball going to be tipped and caught by the man who threw it, Nicholas Crump. The ball was tipped as he threw it, spinning in midair. He went and made the catch and advanced it about 2 yards in there defensively, tipping the football away for Mangum with Stetson Ryan. Good job by Ryan. And that'll bring up a 4th down and long in a punting situation now for the Comets. And again, the last time they punted the football, somehow, some way, Joshua Aguilar was able to get it away because, the pressure on Aguilar was unbelievable. Back to receive, Bryson Williams here on the near side, and a Fisher Webb up top, and a short punt that will hit at about the 47 and then roll across the midfield stripe to the 48-yard line of Mangum. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers from there, leading 6-0. 6:13 left in the first quarter of play, and this will be their third drive of the evening. So Oklahoma opening Big 12 play tomorrow at Norman. They will entertain the Red Raiders of Texas Tech. Kickoff at 11 o'clock, and you're contemplating whether you're going to make the drive back to Norman or not.
11 a.m. start time? That's going to be an early morning.
Well, but with the forecast of all the heat, I guess it beats a 3:30 ball game. 1st and 10 now for Mangum from their own 48-yard line. Shotgun formation. They'll hand it off on the near side. Stumbling momentarily will be Webb, and now he gets free. Down the near sideline. He's at the 15, the 10, the 5. Touchdown. So Fisher Webb, it looked like he was going to fall down at the line of scrimmage as he got his feet tangled up. Popped through a hole on the near side, and he'll go 53 untouched for the second score of the night. And with 6:03 left here in quarter number 1, it's 12-0 with the, 2-point conversion now going to be tried by Mangum. Well, I tell you what, that's one of those things where you see, as a defender, you see a guy struggling, stumbling, as Webb was, and maybe you give up on the play a little bit, and boy, when they did, it was beep-beep roadrunner time for Fisher Webb.
Yeah, it looked like it was clogged up, so maybe that was the case. It looked like, he was stumbling, and they just kind of backed off.
2-point conversion. It's a little pitch and catch from Colton Laughlin to Leighton Ketchum. And with 6:03 left in quarter number 1, Mangum has jumped out to a 14-0 lead on the Comets of SAS Classen Northeast. We're back after this on Classic Hits 97.7 at OKSports.tv.
Mangum Golden Age Apartments offer HUD-approved housing for anyone 62 or older or on Social Security disability. They have one-bedroom and efficiencies which include all bills paid, including Wi-Fi, and cable is just $5. Mangum Golden Age Apartments are located at 100 East Lincoln, right on the downtown square in Mangum. Call Brandy at 580-782-2452 for more information.
Friends, you need to take care of your eyes. Have regular checkups. Make an appointment with Dr. Michael Geiger, Geiger Eye Care in Altus, and now there's a Geiger Eye Care in Frederick. Dr. Michael Geiger and Sons, Seth and Bryce, well, they're good at what they do, so get your eyes checked. Geiger Eye Care, Altus and Frederick, proud to support Southwest Oklahoma youth. In sports, in the classroom, in the showroom, whatever. That's Geiger Eye Care, Altus and Frederick, Mike, Seth, and Bryce Geiger. 580-482-1756.
Mangum on top now after the 53-yard touchdown jaunt by Fisher Webb. 2-point conversion good. It's a 14-0 ball game. By the way, a gentleman who was a part of our broadcast 3 weeks ago, the season opener, Bodon Wilson, and I hope I'm saying that correctly. He writes in, just a fan of football, normally rooting for the Ringling Blue Devils, but thanks for showing the game. You bet, Mr. Wilson, and thank you for joining us on OKSports.tv and on Facebook Live, Classic Hits 97.7. Never know where you're going to pick somebody up on the World Wide Web. It truly is universal. So here we go, Mangum to kick the football away, and it's Jackson Warner to do the honors. It's Been a fun evening already for Jackson. He'll bang this one towards Crump, who loses the football, battles for it, picks it back up, and now Nicholas getting ahead of steam across the 25. He's out to the 27, shedding tacklers at the 30, and finally run out of bounds at about the 32-yard line. I'm telling you this right now. If I get to go down there and choose up sides, number 4 is the first guy I'm picking, and it's in a white shirt.
Yeah, he's an athlete. And whenever he finds a running lane, he's going full head of steam.
Yeah, and I'm telling you, I don't want to really be standing in front of that guy either. He's a fire hydrant in a football uniform. Nicholas Reed White says, "Go Tigers 55, way to go Fish." Debbie Delahunty Davis, way to go Fishbone. And Pat Schwab Govitz, way to go. So we're going to have all you folks alongside. So I guess the nickname for Fisher Webb is Fish. Makes sense, doesn't it? Yeah,
that makes sense.
Yeah. I'll cast my vote for that one. Dylan didn't get that one originally. When he did, I wish you could have seen his face. 1st and 10 now. The Comets run it right up the middle of the field, and it's some good hard running, I tell you what, for the tailback, because he ran into a wall of black-shirted individuals. Dalen Stacy first to get off the pile. Corbin McGill is there as well, and Christian Travanka. Gain of 2 on the play. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 8. 5:30 left here in the first quarter of play. Mangum 14, and the Comets nothing. What it's turned out to be an absolutely gorgeous evening. It's been hot during the days, but early in the mornings and in the evenings, it's been nice. 2nd down and 8. Ball snapped over the head of the quarterback. It's back at the 20 and the 18-yard line. Going to be picked up there by one of the tailbacks, and he's running for his life coming to the near side. That is Xavion Gurley, and Gurley going to get dropped all the way back at the 6-yard line. My goodness, a disastrous play there. A loss of 29 on the play from the 35 all the way back to the 29. It'll be 3rd and a day and a half. The line to make for a first down, the 44, and the line of scrimmage is, they'll call it the 7-yard line. Wow. And I don't care what team you are, I don't care who you are. I don't think there's a lot of 3rd down and that many in the playbook. So let's see what they decide to do here. Nicholas Crump back there by himself. And Nicholas maybe just booming the football out of there. A high snap into the end zone, and Crump will simply go through the end line and take the 2-point safety rather than give up another touchdown. So a safety recorded by the Mangum defense. And with 4:18 left in the first quarter of play, Mangum now on top 16-0 on Classic Hits 97.7 and OKSports.tv.
Everyone wants to be on a winning team. That's why Great Plains Bank is a proud supporter of the Tigers. No matter what life may throw at you, Great Plains Bank has the play drawn up, and we're ready to go into overtime to win your business. What makes Great Plains Bank different is that we will make the extra push to get you to the goal line. When it comes to your family's finances, every play counts. So pick a teammate you can trust. We want you on our team because with customers like you, we are greater together. Great Plains Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
All right, after the safety, it's a 16-0 ball game. If you felt the earth stop moving on its axis momentarily, it's because I actually did something right. Bowden Wilson said it exactly right. So, Bowden, thank you for letting me know that I got one thing right today. We appreciate that. By the way, Debbie Delahunty Davis, they're driving home from Oklahoma City, and they say thanks for broadcasting. You bet. Got that TuneIn app. You can take us anywhere. It is amazing the technology nowadays and really how simple it is. And it has to be simple because I'm actually using it. 4:18 left in the first quarter of play, and it is a 16-0 ball game. And the Comets will kick it off the tee, fielded back at the 50 by Shelby. And Brody going to work his way downfield inside the 40 to about the 38-yard line. Brody Shelby on the return for Mangum. Making the stop for the Comets was Jamarlin Jones. So it'll be 1st and 10 now for Mangum as the clock shows 4:11 left in the first quarter of play. And the Tigers had to go to work offensively. Now in the backfield, Quan Bailey. He'll set up shop to the right of Colton Laughlin. 1st and 10 and movement by the Comets. That'll be a free 5 there. As one of the big guys up front got into the neutral zone, and I believe that was Nico Stevenson Nico. Another one of those guys that, well, I tell you what, you talk about an athletic young man. You can just tell by the way he fills out those pads, but because he is so big, you get that stuff going in one direction, hard to bring it back the other way. Laughlin wants to go upstairs now, looking into the corner, and the pass is caught for a touchdown by Bryson Williams. Well, I tell you what, Bryson Williams that time in the middle of a lot of hand fighting down there with the defensive back for the Comets. And Williams just taller and stronger hands as he took the football away from Xavion Gurley. And the touchdown from 32 yards away has given Mangum the lead 22-0 with, 4 minutes and 3 seconds left in quarter number one. And now we're going to get a different place kicker for the extra point. Colton Laughlin has put on his kicking shoe. Snap is back, hold is true, kick is blocked. And with the block, that'll make it a 22-0 ball game. 4:03 left in the first. Mangum on top. We're Classic Hits 97.7 and OKSports.tv.
Bear County Farm Bureau agents Mickey Lively and Rod Calhoun support high school sports. Mickey and Rod offer insurance for property, auto, casualty, life, commercial, and crop insurance. They're ready to serve you at 231 North Oklahoma in Mangum. Call 580-782-3827.
When it comes to funeral homes, there are several to choose from, but choosing a funeral home that is locally owned offers the advantage of the local owners who are involved right here in the community, helping you during your time of need. Greer Funeral Home owners Carson and Stacy Van Zant are perfect examples of owners who offer that family-like connection that you'd expect from a friend and a neighbor. Greer Funeral Home in Mangum and Granite, providing dignity and respect.
22-0, 4:03 left in the first quarter of play. Mangum on top over at Hightower Memorial Stadium. It's 14-0 Altus in front of Southeast as they have begun district play there at Altus. And it is the home opener for the Bulldogs, and they're celebrating homecoming. How you like that? You played 3 games on the road, you come home for the first time, and you got homecoming going on. That, by the way, an update from special correspondent Ryan Lane, who does a good job of keeping us up to date. We don't pay him anything, but we're appreciative of him joining us. Sorry, Ryan, I had to do it, buddy. So here comes Jackson Warner with a kick high end over end. That will go out of bounds, and that'll give the Comets pretty good field position. They'll have it 1st and 10 at about the 35-yard line. 4:03 left in quarter number one, and slow to get up here on the near side, Carter Parker. Parker may have gotten tangled up in the turf as he tried to cut back to help out on a block and just kind of crumpled. I don't know that there was any contact that was made with him. So the illegal procedure for kicking the ball out of bounds called on Mangum, and that will indeed give the Comets the football 1st and 10. They have it at their own 35-yard line. 4:03 left in quarter number one. Mangum on top 22-0. So we understand Cesare has shared the stream. Thank you. First down carry here for the Comets and just nowhere to go. Big fella there on the carry. Gets back to the line of scrimmage and no more. And J.T. Shrum in on the side. Quan Bailey was there as well. 2nd down and 10. Ryan Lane calling for a SportsCenter top 10 on the catch a moment ago from Bryson Williams. And I've said it a couple of weeks ago, Williams made a similar catch, and well, I'll tell you what, Coach Pennypacker's got to be hoping that he comes out for the basketball team because that's a rebounding effort right there. Crump on the carry. He'll get across the 35 to about the 36, 37-yard line. Penalty flag will fly in on the side for Mangum. Corbin McGill, last to get off the pile. Submarinating underneath was Dalen Stacy. Also got some help there from J.T. Shrum. Penalty, I believe, is against the Comets. And the decision here is, do you take the penalty and make it 2nd down and long, or do you decline and make it 3rd down and about 7? Coach Powers says, we'll take the penalty. You can mark it off. Wow. This is a big one all the way back to the 24-yard line, and now you understand why Coach Powers took that. So the line to make for a 1st down, the 45-yard line of the Comets. The line of scrimmage is the 24. So that'll bring up a 2nd down at about 21 for SAS. We'll go with a shotgun formation again, and that is Nicholas Crump. Crump on the carry, and he'll pick up a couple, get it near the 25. It'll be third down and long, and Crump kind of looking around for a face mask, and I think he was entitled to one. Somebody got a hand. I couldn't tell who it was, but somebody got a hand up there on the tackle and kind of dragged him down by that face mask. So Mangum got away with one there. Brings up a third down and forever. 2:50 and running here in this first period of play. Mangum leading it 22-0. Line to make 45. Line of scrimmage to 25. Only been one pass attempt tonight by the Comets, and it was blocked. Crump caught his own blocked pass and advanced it for about 3 yards. Wants to drop back and pass does. Out in the flat. Ball picked off, and that'll be a pick six there for Sawyer Webb. Now that was Western Union. Telegraphed, and Sawyer Webb read it perfectly, picked it off, and strolled into the end zone for the easy score from about 22 yards away. And now Mangum has scored in just about every imaginable way. All they need now is a drop kick. By the way, it's 28-0. 2:22 left in the first. Doug Flutie, as far as I know, was the last NFL player to actually drop kick a ball in a game.
Really?
Yeah. You didn't even know they did such things, did you?
I actually did.
Oh, okay. All right. So we'll go back now to Jackson Warner, who will try the extra point. Kick is on its way. This one is blocked. That's the only thing not going well for Mangum tonight. 2:22 left in the first. It's 28-0. Tigers out in front. For Classic Hits 97.7 at oksports.tv.
Amanda Weaver from Mangum is now the manager at Courtsview Meat Company in Altus. Gary and Letitia Stockton and Amanda are proud to sponsor Hobart Bearcat and Mangum Tiger radio broadcasts. Listen, when you're enjoying fall this fall, stack up on the best ribeye steaks money can buy from Courtsview. Also ribs, jerky, smoked sausage, hams, and a lot more. And of course, they do custom slaughtering. If you're grilling, roasting, baking, or slicing, you can't go wrong with Courtsview Meat Company, 800 South Veterans Drive in Altus. Phone 580-477-1390.
For over 4 generations, the Willis family and staff have worked to develop their skills, and with improved technologies, they can assure you of a monument that will stand the test of time. Their award-winning designers, expert stonecutters, layout artists, sandblast sculptors, and installation crew are here to serve you. Visit them online at willisgranite.com. Willis Granite Products, with locations in Granite, Oklahoma City, and Stillwater.
Well, we always like it when we get the personal greetings. Billy Tinney says, hi, Michael. Michael says, hi, Billy Tinney. Thanks for joining us tonight. Mangum on top, 28-0 with 2:22 left here in this first period of play. Tigers' final non-district bowl game of the year. And it'll be tough sledding in that district, in good district. Begin play next Friday night on the road at Frederick. Well, it looked like Mangum was offsides again on the kickoff, and they were. So, if you're Sam Powers, you got a 28-0 bowl game, and you're saying to yourself, well, I got to find something to get the kids motivated and excited and get them focused. And the kicking game really has not lived up to the rest of the bowl game tonight for the Tigers. So, if you're looking for something to build on, certainly it would be that kicking game. I mentioned Oklahoma in action. They will play tomorrow at 11 o'clock against Texas Tech. And then the Cowboys will be taking on Kansas State tomorrow at 6. Darrell Oldham says, go Tigers. Robin Jones, all right, saw. That, of course, in deference to Sawyer Webb. Another kick here, near side, fielded by the upback. And that is Malachi Brown. Brown comes across the field and gets thundered at the 35-yard line. Oh, doctor! Bernard Bailey said, hello and welcome to the Liberty Bowl. Yikes! What a hit! Whew. My partial just flew out of my face. I'm going to have to go see Dr. Timms on Monday and get that thing put back in. That was a hit now, kids. Yikes! And that was clean. None of that helmet-to-helmet stuff. That's a shoulder pad on a shoulder pad. Pow! As those graphics used to come up on Batman. You ever go to the old-time TV channels and they show Batman? And they got the kapow and the woof and all that stuff on there? That's some quality stuff, young person.
Talking to me?
Well, you're the only one in the room who's 18, so yeah. 1st and 10 now for the Comets, and carrying the football will be Nicholas Crump. And what Crump, how he held on to that football is beyond me. Tackle made by Corbin McGill. Crump will pick up 5 on the play, and it'll be 2nd down and 5. Also getting up off the pile, Quan Bailey for Mangum. But I'm telling you, I want Nicholas Crump on my squad. You guys don't ever do that anymore. You don't ever go out in the backyard and have 2 captains and
I mean, whenever I was a kid, I did, but I mean, not now.
Another big hit here, this time getting walloped. Crump is hit by Dalen Stacy, and he'll actually lose a couple on the play. That brings up a 3rd down and about 7. So you don't choose up sides anymore?
No, me and my brothers don't go head-to-head anymore.
18 and you've given them up already?
We're all in different places now, so.
I know. Young people are so busy nowadays. Can't go outside and play. 1:05 left here in this first quarter of play. Crump, a toss sweep, goes to the left side. Trying to turn the corner was Brandon Guy. Brandon Gray, I'll get it right yet. Knocked out of bounds, lost a yard on the play. To bring up a 4th down and long. And chasing across the way, making the stop for Mangum, was Stetson Ryan. Well, might see a punt return here for a score. 57 seconds left in the first quarter of play. 28-0. Up top, you'll find Fisher Webb. And here on the near side, it's Bryson Williams. Maybe the Comets are going to go for it 4th and long, and apparently they are. And nothing else to lose. 4th down at about 9. And from the shotgun goes Nicholas Crump. Crump, indeed, tries to pass, throws it up for grab, middle of the field, and the ball is knocked down by Leighton Ketchum. And that's a great play there by Leighton as he's back there playing center field. If he catches the football, Mangum will get it 1st and 10, but it'll be at their own 48-yard line because he just knocked it down. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers, and they will have it at the Comet 36. So a heads-up play there with 49 seconds left in quarter number 1.
Yeah, Crump threw that ball up and just hoped somebody would come down with it, but good job on his part to just knock it down.
Well, and essentially what that was a punt, but a pass, and they just wanted Mangum to catch it, and they refused to cooperate. On the carry, inside the 35 down to about the 34, Bernard Bailey. So a gain of, we'll give him 3, 2nd down and 7. Paula Little Powers says, impressive Tigers. So 2nd down and 8 for Mangum. As the clock shows 28 seconds left, and a timeout going to be taken by the Comets. 28 seconds left in the first quarter of play. It's all Mangum, 28-0 over the Comets of SAS Classen at Northeast on Classic Hits 97.7 at OKSports.tv.
333 Dental Care in Mangum is the dental practice of Dr. Dustin Lively. His experience, skill, and compassion go hand in hand when providing exceptional, up-to-date patient care. Dr. Lively and his team of professionals are proud to help you with the best dental care possible, along with preventive care that will result in a beautiful, long-lasting smile. Call 580-782-2552 or visit the team at 333 Dental Care. They support the Mangum Tigers and Lady Tigers.
Wondering how Western Oklahoma State College can fit into your future? With 25 degree options and more than 20 student organizations, it's easy to join the Pioneer family. Western offers classes online and on campus, making it simple to fit an education into your schedule. Western's tuition is less than half of a four-year university's and offers many scholarship opportunities. To find out more about how your future is brighter at Western, visit WOSC.edu.
Mangum has it now 2nd down and 8 after the timeout by the Comets. Pistol formation as Bailey back there with Colton, and Laughlin going to keep it himself. Has the 30, big room, 25-20. Colton, one man to beat at the 15. He's to the 10. A stiff arm at the 5 and into the end zone. Colton Laughlin says, thank you, I'll call my own number, and score from 37 yards away. Make it 34 yards away and make it a Mangum 34-0 lead.
Yeah, good job by Laughlin. He read the defender coming and just took it to the house.
Little high step in action going on as well as he made that stiff arm inside the 5-yard line. So Mangum now leading it 34-0, and we've not gotten out of the first quarter. that surprises you. You didn't believe me. You looked at the scoreboard, didn't you?
I was like, surely.
Well, we're not out of the first quarter, and don't call me Shirley. Airplane. Okay, all right. Just wanted to make sure you knew. Dalen Stacy now at the quarterback position as we go Wildcat. Dalen, big hole right side, and he'll sashay his way in for the score. And with 17.4 left in his first quarter of play, Mangum has extended their lead now. It is a 34-0 ball. Or it should be 36, shouldn't it?
36.
Yeah, 36-0. Mangum on top. By the way, the first quarter all season long of Mangum football is brought to you by our good friends at Mangum Golden Age Apartments. Mangum Golden Age Apartments, sponsors of the first quarter. Mangum Tiger football on Classic Hits 97.7. Yep. As we mentioned, Mangum getting it done in all facets of the football game. I've not posted the 2 extra points up there. I wonder what that's all about. Maybe they burnt out the numbers on the scoreboard control panel. Speaking of scoreboards, the Mangum Lady Tigers softball team will begin district play next week, and there is some question as to when that actually will get underway. The OSSAA is looking at weather, but we do know that Mangum will be playing at Silo beginning next week. So
is Silo as good as they have been in the past?
Oh yeah. They are talented. It's amazing how they're both their baseball and softball teams year after year after year are good in both the fall and the spring.
It is incredible. Some of those teams like Silo, Dale, all those schools, it's kind of just incredible to see how every sports team is good and athletic year in and year out.
It is. They have they've found the formula at those kind of locations, that's for sure. Of course, one of the things that helps out like a Dale is just being outside of Shawnee, and right. they're in a great location, kind of like Washington. Washington being just outside of Norman helps them out tremendously, and down there in Silo, I mean that's all they do is play ball. I bet you can go by the school and I'm sure the girls play against the boys. Just to have the numbers and everything else. So, all right, here we go. Warner to kick the football away. One towards the middle of the field. It will squib at about the 25-yard line and is still free, and now getting on top of it as though it were an egg that he was trying to incubate. It was the back Xavier Gurley. So the Comets will get it 1st and 10 with 15.2 left in quarter number 1. Again, quarter number 1 brought to you by Golden Age Apartments, sponsors of the first period. Well, this one was sailing along, singing a song, and it has really slowed to a snail's pace now. I mean, it's 7:40. The first quarter, 40 minutes old already. So let's see what Class can do here. 1st and 10, 15.2 left. Quarter number 1. Trailing 36-0. By the way, they put it on the board. Going to go with a reverse. Some room on the far side. Look out. That's Gurley. Xavier across the 45 out to the 46, 47, and 48-yard line. And a great run there by Xavier Bailey. Some misdirection on the part of SAS Classen, and it was beneficial all the way out. They'll mark him at the 49. It'll be 1st and 10 from there, with that being the final play of quarter number 1. Brought to us by Golden Age Apartments in Mangum. Second period coming up. Stick and stay. Mangum on top, 36-0. Classic Hits 97.7 and OKSports.tv.
Jamie's Auto Sales in Mangum specializes in reliable used vehicles. Here are some of the examples of what's on the lot right now. Check out this 2012 Kia Sorento all-wheel drive with 102,000 miles and fully equipped. It's white with ebony cloth for only $79.50. Or this 2010 GMC Terrain, locally owned, 113,000 miles, rear DVD, leather, only $88.50. And this 2012 loaded Audi QS for $11,950. See Jamie or Lacey at Jamie's Auto Sales in Mangum.
Most folks don't need the services of an attorney often, but when they do, many are choosing Corey Kendall, attorney at law. With offices in Altus and Mangum, Corey provides family law, estate planning, real estate, and criminal law services, operating with integrity as the cornerstone of his practice. The Kendall Law Firm is family-run, with wife Renee managing the office. When you need an attorney, remember Corey Kendall, attorney at law.
Billy Tinney, thank you for listening. We're happy to broadcast. We appreciate having you alongside. Ryan Lane tells us now, into the first quarter, Altus in front of Southeast in a 5A district matchup. It's 21-0. Altus celebrating homecoming, leading Southeast 21-0 over at Hightower Memorial Stadium. Here, the comments of Classen try to get field right time on the evening. They've got it 1st and 10 at their own 49-yard line, trailing 36-0 with the second quarter about to get underway here on Classic Hits 97.7. Tell you what we're going to do, an executive decision here. Since we have been remiss on this earlier this year, we're going to let the Mangum Golden Age Apartments sponsor quarter number 2 tonight. It's an executive decision made by young Mr. Fox.
Yeah.
First and 10 carry, and inside Mangum territory. We'll go to the tailback, like how I did that there.
Yeah.
A pickup of a couple on the play. That is Brandon Gray on the carry. Gray knocked down by Corbin McGill. Also got some help there from Elijah Bernal. A gain of 2. It'll bring up a 2nd down and 8. Ball at the 49-yard line of Mangum.
Yeah, I'm the one that has to go to the same house as the boss man after this is over, so just put it on me. It's all right.
Well, I go home to the boss woman, so I mean it's 6 one way, half a dozen the other. 2nd down and 8. And again, on the carry, that's Gray. And this time he tries to sidestep a tackler, and it cost him a couple of yards. He's tackled back at the 50. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and about 9 as Christian Travanka in on the stop. And again, Corbin McGill there as well. So 3rd down and about 9. They'll actually mark him down at the 49.5 of Mangum. Minute gone by here in this second quarter of play, and Tigers on top, 36-0. And SAS Classen at Northeast has already shown they will go for it, 4-down territory wherever they are. Their last drive, they did just that. So you got to believe this is 4-down territory as well. Gray again on the carry, spins away from a couple of tacklers, and now he'll get dropped at about the 47-yard line. That was not Gray carrying the ball. Jamarlin Jones instead, his first carry of the night. Had a good job of coming up from his linebacker position to fill there. Stetson Ryan. Dalen Stacy there to finish off the play. That'll bring up a 4th down and about 6.5, closer to 7. 10:15 left in this first half of play. And Mangum in front, 36-0. So if you're Sam Powers, when do you call off the dogs and bring in your reserves?
So whenever I was in high school, we normally had a deal where the reserves would play the last part of the second quarter, then the starters would get to play the first part of the third quarter, and then it would be the reserves after that.
All right, 4th down carry here, and not picking up positive yardage will be Nicholas Crump. And again, Crump, just unfortunate. I mean, it's a high snap, and by the time he gets his wheels going, there's black shirts galore there to make the stop. Corbin McGill getting high-fived as he comes off the field. Christian Travanka as well, as the big fellows were moving and pounding and grabbing and everything else. And Mangum will get it on the alternate, or a change of possession, not alternate possession. This isn't basketball. And they'll get a chance to go now to the right end of your listening and or viewing device, leading 36-0 with 9:45 left in the first half of play. Colton Laughlin from the pistol formation. Now he'll send Fisher Webb in motion. They'll hand it off instead to Bernard. And Bailey's got all kinds of room at the 35-30. He's at the 25-20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown, Bernard Bailey from 50 yards away. And with 9:34 left in the first half of play, Mangum has 42. And SAS Classen at Northeast, nothing. So Bernard Bailey goes left side, had a hole there, cut it back upfield. There wasn't anybody in a blue shirt nearby, no blue helmets either, and Bernard gone on a 50-yard jaunt. He's got a score, first of the night for Bailey. And as we mentioned, 9:34 left in the half. Mangum now on top, 42-0. Extra point attempt on the way. Oh, let me tell you about my good buddy, Jackson Warner. Fisher Webb, the holder. This has been an adventure for Mangum tonight. High snap, and they'll toss it over the head to, and that is the correct call. Fisher Webb was down on his knee when he took the snap. Therefore, it's a dead ball when he tries to throw it. You gotta come up off the ground to make that work. So with 9:33 left in the first half of play, Mangum makes it a 42-0 ball game. Tigers on top of the Comets for Classic Hits 97.7 at oksports.tv.
Triad Home Health in Mangum is locally owned and offers nursing, physical therapy, occupational, wound care, IV therapy, and more. All administered by people who go above and beyond for you. Phone Triad Home Health today at 580-782-5800. That's 782-5800. For top-notch heating and air conditioning service and installation, you can rely on Payne's Heating and Air, serving Southwest Oklahoma and North Texas from their headquarters in Mangum, Oklahoma. With years of experience and hundreds of satisfied customers, call Payne's Heating and Air Conditioning at 799-5130, 799-5130.
Well, Paula Little Powers says, ha, Mr. Fox, surely. She got your airplane comment there a moment ago. We've got to get these people to a hospital. A hospital? What is it? It's a big building with lots of patients, but that's not important right now.
I think we had this joke fest of airplane when we were at the what was it, the Tri-County down in Altus
at Western Oklahoma State College.
I think we had this little fun airplane moment.
We had a couple of blowout games down there, so yeah, probably so. It might have happened. Oh, so many great lines. Of course, Halloween coming up in a month, and I'll have to drag out my copy of Young Frankenstein and watch it a couple of times. Werewolf, their wolf, their castle. Kick off here by Webb. It's loose on the ground and finally going to be covered up. What did Classen get on the ball? I don't think they did. I believe Mangum has recovered the football, and they have. That's Ashton Toney, I believe, getting off the pile. Nope, Stetson Ryan instead. I'm sorry. I thought that said 21, but it was 51 instead. Ashton was over here on the near side. So Mangum gets it back just like that. 9:28 left in this second quarter of play and already leading 42-0. In our second quarter, brought to us by Mangum Golden Age Nursing Home. What a great crowd here tonight for Mangum. And by the way, there's a few more folks in the stands across the way for SAS Classen, and we thank those people for making their way here to Southwest Oklahoma, and certainly hope that you're extended the hospitality that you deserve for making that trip. The officials in the middle of a discussion. I'm really not sure what that is all about, other than they switch out the footballs. By the way, did somebody steal our sign?
Is it not?
No, we left our sign a couple of weeks ago. It's not here. You and I are really going to be in trouble. Mm-hmm. Laughlin on the reverse to Webb. Fisher dances through traffic, has the 20, the 15, and tackled there. But this one's going to come back. We're either going to get a hold or a block in the back against one of the guys up for Mangum. So one of the few things on the offensive side of the football that did not involve the kicking game. So it will be a block in the back. That is a spot foul. So instead of having the first down at about the 15-yard line, they will mark it back now. Brad Wink doing the honors to the 36-yard line, where it'll be first down all over again for Mangum.
Yeah, remember we had that problem week 2 here.
Oh, wow,
as well.
yeah.
19 total penalties.
I believe so, yes. Shotgun formation now for Laughlin. He'll hand it off to Sawyer Webb. Webb got a blocker out in front and has the 30. Closes down quickly. Good pursuit out on the edge there by the Comets. As Sawyer Webb, not Fisher Webb, it's Sawyer Webb on that carry. Flying up from his secondary position to make the play was Xavion Gurley. Ryan Lane tells us Altus out in front of Southeast, 28-0 now. No surprise there. Second down here, the line to make for a first down, the 14. Line of scrimmage is the 30, so that'll be second and 16 with 8:30 left in the first half of play. Pistol formation for the Tigers. Now they'll send a man in motion. That's Leighton Ketchum, and that will cause the man to come across the line of scrimmage. I think that's William Bozarth as he stepped into the neutral zone. So 5 yards free, back the way of Mangum. So encroachment, the goal on the Comets. And that'll make it second down and about 11 now for Mangum. And they have been the benefactor of one big play after another, so a 2nd and 11 is not all that daunting for them. Catch him again in motion. Laughlin wants to throw. Screen pass. Slip screen. Caught there by Fisher. Webb right through 2 defenders, and he will cruise into the end zone for the easy score from 31 yards away. So a slip screen, and Webb slipping a tackle and just waltzed his way into the end zone untouched. And with 8:12 left in the first half, it becomes a 48-0 ball game.
I'm sure they probably don't think you're serious. It's still the first half.
Yeah.
It's 48-0. Mangum's almost half 100 with 8 minutes left here in the second quarter.
Got a timeout here, and I believe this is going to be the Comets taking a timeout, and definitely so. I think Coach going to go out and just challenge his kids and ask them if they want to keep playing football or not. Well, or did somebody get dismissed? Yeah. Got a dead ball, unsportsmanlike conduct called against the Comets. So I thought that was going to be a timeout taken by the Comets, but instead, young man getting penalized. And I like Coach going out just simply walking him off the field to make sure no other chicanery goes on. And it's tough. I mean, let's be honest. You're getting your brains beat out, and you got some guy who's just blasting you in the ear hole play after play after play. You're going to lose your patience after a while.
Yeah, I mean, it would be frustrating whenever.
Oh, yeah.
If anybody was down 48, I'm sure almost everybody would let something slip at some point.
Jackson Warner now to try the extra point. His holder is Fisher Webb. The kick is up, and this one is wide to the left. So with 8:12 left in the first half of play, it becomes a 48-0 ball game. Mangum out in front of Classen SAS at Northeast on Classic Hits 97.7 and OKSports.tv.
Hey fans, are you going to be in the stands? This is Lori Laughlin from Stockman's Bank, member FDIC, and we can't hide our Tiger pride. Whether it's the gridiron or the basketball court, we support our Tigers and Lady Tigers. So bring your best orange and black and we'll see you at the game. Stockman's Bank is Tiger proud.
Mangum Oil and Gas at 1306 North Lewis Tittle offers so many services. From fuel at the C-store to the self-serve car wash, getting propane bottles filled or propane delivered to the home and farm, even U-Haul services. It's no wonder so many folks head to Mangum Oil and Gas, where they say, go Tigers.
First half being brought to us by our good friends over there at Golden Age Nursing Home, not Golden Age Nursing Home, Golden Age Apartments. By the way, that unsportsmanlike conduct penalty marked off on the kickoff. So Mangum will kick it from the 45-yard line of the Comets. 8:12 left in the first half of play. Tigers out in front, 48-0. Well, if you're Sam Powers, what do you do here? Do you bang it into the end zone? You go on side and do some coaching here.
Yeah, I mean, I'm not really sure what you do here. I mean, regardless, Classen SAS isn't going to have very good field position, so maybe you just blast it into the end zone and just let them take it.
Well, we saw Jackson kick it into the end zone last week. High end over end kick here. Going to be fielded at about the 5-yard line. And yeah, that's a dead ball there. Coming up to make the play was the up back, but again, he makes the catch on one knee, and so that becomes a dead ball. Xavion Gurley on the recovery. So now our big question is, am I able to get the right combination to make the light work here this evening?
We've had no luck the last
Well, no, I got it to work last 2 weeks ago. Yeah, eventually. Yeah. But I'm talking about young Frankenstein earlier. I don't want to be any part of that electrical change. So why don't you just go ahead and grab that thing, see if you can get it to work?
No, thanks.
All right, then. Take us back to last week when we had lightning that struck within 1/10 of a mile of where we were. It was at that point they called the ball game. 1st and 10 now. And the Comets with the football trying to turn the corner and just nowhere to go. Great pursuit along the line of scrimmage by Mangum. And leading the way for the Tigers was Quan Bailey. Got some help as well from the linebacking crew of Elijah Bernal and Dalen Stacy. Loss of a couple on the play. That'll bring up a second down and long. Mangum, as we mentioned, on the road next week. In fact, the next 2 weeks. And maybe the next 3 weeks, in fact. Going to be at Frederick next week and then Hobart the following week. Second down and long, and from his own end zone, Crump with a direct snap, tries to turn the corner. Good stiff arm there. He'll turn the 5 to the 10 and then run out of bounds at about the 11 or 12-yard line. Actually, he'll give him the 15. A nice run there by the big fella, Crump. Well, I'll tell you what, when he is able to turn the corner, Nicholas can run, and you see his strength when he did the stiff arm there. That was textbook.
Yeah, that was a powerful stiff arm for sure. He got outside, and he just wanted to run.
And one of the few times he didn't have somebody knocking the daylights out of him. 7:18 left in the first half of play. It's a third down and about a yard. Ball sitting just outside 15. The 16 is the line to make for first down for the Comets. Underneath center, Nicholas Crump. Long snap count. Now he'll toss it. Little sweep action there. Cutting back inside and picking up the first down will be the tailback. And it may have been, again, Xavion Gurley, but I think this one is going to come back. Going to get a hold called on the Comets. And that penalty flag flying where it does in the middle of the field, that's an automatic hold there. Oh, chop block instead, which is even worse. Wow. Payson Jenkins, by the way, made the tackle for Mangum. But the chop block will take away the first down. And more than likely what occurred there, if you get a lineman engaged with another lineman, you've got him up top, running back, cannot come in and take his legs out from underneath him. As a former running back who blocked more than he ran, it was always one of my favorite techniques. It was not illegal back in the day. Let one of the big uglies engage one of those guys up high, and then you just come in and thunder him at his thighs. And they took that out of play, and for good reason. Too many guys were getting knees and ankles torn up. So after the chop block, it becomes a third down at about 9. And from the underneath center, here comes Nicholas Crump, and Crump on a reverse handoff given to Brandon Gray, and Gray across the 10 to the 12 and no more. It'll be fourth down from there. Payson Jenkins in on the stop. JT Schrum and Dalen Stacy there as well. So fourth down at about 3.5 or 4. And again, Classen has showed the propensity to go for it on fourth and whatever from wherever on the field. But golly, I don't know that you risk it here, do you?
I mean, 48-0, you might as well.
Okay. So fourth down and 4, the line of scrimmage, the 13 of Classen. And Crumpler setting up shop as though he is going to try to pick up the first down. You got two wide receivers here on the near side. High snap, he'll get it, throws the ball up for grabs, middle of the field. And again, Mangum had 3 black shirts there, and wisely they just let the football fall to the ground because of field position. Leighton Ketchum was back there for the Tigers. Lauren Sneed as well. And also in the area for Mangum was Dalen Stacy. So I'm not so sure Jackson Warner went back there defensively, and he was. So Mangum had that football surrounded, but again lets it fall to the earth, and they will have an incredibly short field here with 6:06 left in the half, leading 48-0.
Yeah, that was a really heads-up play by them because, I mean, they could have probably easily picked that off, but they would have been 40 yards away from where they are right now.
All right, and now we'll see if Mangum will go to their second string, and they do. That's Brody Shelby now in at quarterback. Shelby going to put a man in motion. High snap. He'll go up and get it. Hand it off to Quan Bailey. Bailey had a hole on the left side, but boy, I tell you what, it closed quickly. Good job there by the Comets to come up with a play after a maybe yard gain. Nico Stevenson in on the stop. That'll be second down. We'll call it 9 as the clock continues to roll. 5:45 left in the first half of play. Mangum on top, 48-0. So Shelby, the freshman, Brody, playing quarterback here for the first time this season for Mangum. Bailey to his right. He'll drop the football, and going and falling on it will be Shelby. It'll be 3rd down and long now for the Tigers. So you say that the second string plays out the rest of the first half, and then it'll be the first team that comes in for the first series in the second half, and then after that they're done for the night?
That's how we went about it, like in basketball and stuff. If it was a game like this, the reserves would play the rest, and then you'd get a few minutes, and then you're done. So I assume that is what they probably will do, but I'm not sure.
All right, 3rd down and long now for Mangum. The line to make is the 4 for first down. Line of scrimmage as Shelby wants to run, and he'll get dragged down from behind. Back at the 27-yard line. Boy, he got thrown down hard. So another loss on the play for the Tigers. It's Aaron Kirby in on this top, and it'll be 4th and forever. Line of scrimmage all the way back at the 27, and as we mentioned, the first down line is the 4. 4th and 23 now for the Tigers. Shelby and company struggling here. Quan Bailey in the backfield. Also back there we see Elijah Bernal, 2 wide receivers here on the near side, including Luke Rogers. 4th down, Shelby wants to throw, does towards Rogers, and good defense turned in there by Aaron Kirby as he stayed in front of Rogers. No way Rogers is going to catch that football, and Mangum will turn it over on downs. Now, I was kind of watching Sam Powers on that play, and he thought maybe there was some pass interference that was going on because Rogers never could get to the football, but leading 48-0 with 4:08 left in the first half, you're not going to say a whole lot.
Yeah, I think it's ill-advised to kind of bring that up and get in one of the refs' faces for a no call in that situation.
Yeah, kind of a moot point as well. I mean, you're winning big. There's no point in doing that. Shayla Knight-Willis says, way to go, Tigers. 35-0. Altus out in front of Southeast as they get ready to go to halftime. And trying to turn the corner, Gurley. Xavion is knocked out of bounds at about the 35-yard line. Across the way, making the play for Mangum was Lauren Sneed. And that'll bring up a second down. Second down in about 3. And the wafting of the hamburger grill making its way from the 30, 35, 40, and now out to the 45-yard line. It'll be a second down hamburger from there. By the way, we had a pregame meal of a cheeseburger, and it was delightful, lovely, delicious. I was sell my clothes, I'm going to heaven. Deep handoff here, and squirting out of the back, picking up first down yardage, and across the 50 to the 45, 40, and inside the 40, down to the 37-yard line will go Jamarlin Jones. Like Jones is going to be something. Came out of the back and said, "Not so fast, my friend," and he just kept on rumbling, stumbling, bumbling his way down the field and picked up positive yardage for the Comets.
I let go of my camera until you said something, then I had to get back with it.
You kind of given up on the play as well, hadn't you? Well, we like the fact that Jamarlin Jones and the rest of this group from SAS Classen at Northeast still working hard, even though it's a 48-0 bowl game. 3:05 remaining in the first half of play. And we talked about numbers a couple of weeks ago when Walters was here. The Comets do have more numbers than the Blue Devils did that night, but it is not a very deep team either. Now keeping it, quarterback keeper right side, that's Crump turning the corner, and Nicholas going to get ridden out of bounds. Official standing at the 33-yard line, so Crump will pick up 5 on the carry. That'll bring up a second down and 5. Stops the clock as well with 2:50 left in the first half of play. So Mangum turned back on their initial offensive drive when they fumbled the football and then turned it over on downs a moment ago. In between, they have scored this way, that way, and everywhere. And they've actually scored a couple of defensive points as well on a safety and then on a pick-6 interception. There's that man Jones weaving his way through traffic, and boy, I tell you what, he really got hammered there. Jamarlin had his legs tied up by Shelby, and Shelby wouldn't let go. Jamarlin wouldn't go down until he was whacked on a car wreck hit by J.T. Schramm. Picked up the first down, though. It'll be 1st and 10, ball just inside the 25 with 2:35 left in the first half of play. So some live for this group from SAS Classen at Northeast. Crumpler underneath center. Going to keep it himself. Gets a block at the 25 and makes his way down to about the 22-yard line. A pickup of 3. It'll be 2nd down and 7 from there with 2:10 left in the first half of play. By the way, our first half being brought to you by Golden Age Apartments. They're on the square in Mangum. Thanks to Brandy and all the folks over there at Golden Age Apartments. 2nd down and 6. Not only is there hamburger smoke in the air, there's pollen as well. Gurley now trying to weave his way through traffic, and boy, I tell you what, he did a good job to avoid several different big hits, but then Stetson Ryan put his hat on him. Been waiting to say that for a long time and went right over your head. Payson Jenkins in on the stop as well. You're not even going to acknowledge it, are you?
I guess I totally missed it. I guess I wasn't paying attention. Or I just
let me try that, and there will be some at home that are wondering what I said as well. Stetson Ryan put his hat on the ball carrier. Stetson, hat.
Gotcha.
It's always good when you have to draw a picture of the jokes that you tell. 3rd down and 7. As Crumpler now going to go back into shotgun formation, full house backfield, and going to keep it himself. Weaves his way inside the 20, breaks a tackle at the 18, but then gets stuffed right there. And that'll bring up a 4th down. 4th and about 5. Clock running down to 45 seconds left in the first half of play. So 4th down, they'll call it 4, as they gave him a pretty good spot there. Mangum changing out personnel. They took the second team out, put in the first team. They want to get a stop right here. Now down to 30 seconds left of the first half. Crumpler underneath center. Wants to drop back, pass. No, he's going to run instead, and good pursuit by Mangum. He'll make it back to the line of scrimmage and no more, and the Tigers will get it on the change of possession with 20.7 left in the first half of play. And if you're Sam Powers here, you just simply hike the football and go into the locker room with that big lead, don't you?
Yeah, I think for sure. I mean, there's no reason to try and push it down the field with 20 seconds left, up 48-0.
Rafe Hall, by the way, who once was an attorney, now is a judge, has shared our video. Thank you, Rafe. And we know Rafe excited about the Duke softball team and the Duke baseball team. Duke boys winning the district, I believe, today in baseball. And there's that direct snap to Colton Laughlin. He'll take a knee, and that'll be the end of the first half. And earlier this week, the Duke Lady Tigers won their district, so both will be in regional action beginning next week. First half has come to a close here, and it has been all Mangum. They won't even go into the locker room. They'll simply go to the north end zone and set up shop there. Mangum leads it at the intermission, 48-0. Our first half brought to us by Golden Age Nursing Home. Halftime coming up, Stick and Say. We are Classic Hits 97.7 and OKSports.tv.
When you need auto repairs, save money and get it done right at Dwayne's Auto in Mangum. Dwayne's fixes flats, does brake jobs, turns rotors, alignments, that all-important air conditioning work, and general auto repair. If your car or truck isn't right, just head to Dwayne's Auto at 1205 North Lewis Tittle in Mangum. Call 782-5151. That's 782-5151. Mangum Tiger Proud.
Taking care of your family is easy and convenient at the JCMH Family Care Medical Clinic in Mangum. Located at 114 South Lewis Tittle in Mangum, Dr. Lonnie Perryman and nurse practitioner Patty Burks provide a comprehensive, full-service family practice, including care for children and adults, including geriatrics. Call 782-3393 for appointments at the JCMH Family Care Medical Clinic in Mangum.
Listen, if you need a new overhead door or service on your overhead door you've got, here's some important information that you need to know. David Payne of Payne's Heat and Air has purchased Faith Garage Door Company. So if you need commercial or residential installation, service, or repairs, just call David Payne at Faith Garage Doors, 580-482-6369. Free estimates always.
The Mangum Tag Agency is easy to find in 108 East Pierce Street in Mangum. When you need license tags, registration, driver's license renewal, IRP registration, pipe passes, or even send a UPS, Tom and Cynthia Clark will help you at the Mangum Tag Agency. Call 580-782-3004. That's 782-3004.
Mangum Golden Age Apartments offer HUD-approved housing for anyone 62 or older or on Social Security disability. They have one bedroom and efficiencies which include all bills paid, including Wi-Fi, and cable is just $5. Mangum Golden Age Apartments are located at 100 East Lincoln, right on the downtown square in Mangum. Call Brandy at 580-782-2452 for more information.
Friends, you need to take care of your eyes. Have regular checkups. Make an appointment with Dr. Michael Geiger, Geiger Eye Care in Altus, and now there's a Geiger Eye Care in Frederick. Dr. Michael Geiger and Sons, Seth and Bryce, well, they're good at what they do, so get your eyes checked. Geiger Eye Care, Altus and Frederick, proud to support Southwest Oklahoma youth in sports, in the classroom, in the showroom, whatever. That's Geiger Eye Care, Altus and Frederick, Mike, Seth, and Bryce Geiger, 580-482-1756.
Everyone wants to be on a winning team. That's why Great Plains Bank is a proud supporter of the Tigers. No matter what life may throw at you, Great Plains Bank has the play drawn up, and we're ready to go into overtime to win your business. What makes Great Plains Bank different is that we will make the extra push to get you to the goal line. When it comes to your family's finances, every play counts. So pick a teammate you can trust. We want you on our team because with customers like you, we are greater together. Great Plains Bank, member FDIC and equal housing lender.
Greer County Farm Bureau agents Mickey Lively and Rod Calhoun support high school sports. Mickey and Rod offer insurance for property, auto, casualty, life, commercial, and crop insurance. They're ready to serve you at 231 North Oklahoma in Mangum. Call 580-782-3827.
When it comes to funeral homes, there are several to choose from, but choosing a funeral home that is locally owned offers the advantage of the local owners who are involved right here in the community, helping you during your time of need. Greer Funeral Home owners Carson and Stacy Van Zant are perfect examples of owners who offer that family-like connection that you'd expect from a friend and a neighbor. Greer Funeral Home in Mangum and Granite, providing dignity and respect.
Amanda Weaver from Mangum is now the manager at Courtsview Meat Company in Altus. Gary and Letitia Stockton and Amanda are proud to sponsor Hobart Bearcat and Mangum Tiger radio broadcasts. Listen when you're enjoying ball this fall. Stack up on the best ribeye steaks money can buy from Courtsview. Also ribs, jerky, smoked sausage, hams, and a lot more. And of course they do custom slaughtering. If you're grilling, roasting, baking, or slicing, you can't go wrong with Courtsview Meat Company, 800 South Veterans Drive in Altus. Phone 580-477-1390.
For over 4 generations, the Willis family and staff have worked to develop their skills, and with improved technologies, they can assure you of a monument that will stand the test of time. Their award-winning designers, expert stone cutters, layout artists, sandblast sculptors, and installation crew are here to serve you. Visit them online at willisgranite.com. Willis Granite Products, with locations in Granite, Oklahoma City, and Stillwater.
Got to say hi to our good friend Jay McCormick, a big fan of Michael in the Morning. 6 Monday Fridays here on Classic Hits 97.7. Well, you know, that's just free plug number 5. We've had all these scores tonight. It's been hard for me to, have time to get it in. Anyhow, Jay, good to have you alongside, buddy. He, of course, is a big-time Hobart fan, Jay McCormick, and I'm surprised he's not at Hinton this evening checking out that broadcast. Maybe he's listening to your dad and that crew over there. Now, help me understand, because I heard Bill Coffin giving those guys a hard time over there, that football crew on 1420 KTJS. Who are those guys over there that do those ball games?
Honestly, I haven't been to a Hobart football game in a while, but if Mr. Coffin decided to give him a hard time, I'm sure they deserved it.
Yeah, Bill, pretty funny guy. He can come up with some good stuff. There's no question about that. At the half, it's 48-0. Mangum on top. And Mangum, they fumbled the football in that first drive, and then after that, they have simply taken over and scored just about every way that you can. There's been a safety. There's been a pick 6. There has been long pass plays, been long running plays. It's just the only thing that really has not gone well for Sam Powers Club tonight has been the kicking game.
Yeah, I think they've struggled with the kicking game all season. They actually put Colton in there to try an extra point, but that got blocked, and they went back to the original kicker. But that and penalties have kind of been their 2 main problems so far this season.
Halftime being brought to you by Stockman's Bank. And I think it's worth noting that at some point those issues that you have in the kicking game are either going to catch up with you and present problems for you, or you're going to get them corrected and they're going to help you out. Because we're going to get to a point where we're talking about district ball games, and you've got a district that has Frederick and Hobart and Hinton, which is greatly improved this year. And then you never know what you're going to get when you play a team like Cordell or Merritt, and so you can't take a night off. And there's 3 phases to the football game. In that kicking game, I know that's got to be a little bit of a troublesome spot for Sam Powers.
Yeah, we can joke about it whenever we're beating this team 48-0, but whenever it comes down to a big district ball game or even the playoffs, one extra point could be the deciding factor in a game.
By the way, we've had, 7 shares of our broadcast here tonight. I still wish I could figure out how to look at who the people are that are liking the page and everything else, those 12 individuals. I don't know how to do that.
I'm not sure.
You're a millennial and you can't figure it out. That's bad.
Yeah, no, I'm not sure, but we do really appreciate that, sharing and liking that stuff.
Oh, yeah, we love you folks. That's great. And I got tickled that I won't mention who it was, but had a listener come up just a couple of minutes ago to the broadcast booth, and her daughter plays on the softball team. Actually, she has 2 daughters, so that ought to help you figure out who it was if you follow Mangum sports. But we misidentified a player the other day during a softball game. Big shock there. And apparently Grandma had sent a message and said, "That's not blank," and put it in all caps. Now, I didn't think anything of it. It didn't bother me, but the nice listener came up and said she was sorry that, we didn't mean to cause a problem. We didn't mean to stir things up. And you don't ever put it in all caps because they're yelling at somebody when you do that. Did you know that?
I knew that. I just
Okay.
didn't think it was that big a deal if something was in all caps, but I guess that's how we communicate now. All caps is yelling at somebody.
Well, you know what? I've been yelled at several times this week, and I'll take the all caps version of it over what I've experienced. Let me just tell you that. Stockman's Bank, our halftime sponsors here. It's a 48-0 ball game. Mangum on top. We'll continue with our halftime after this on Classic Hits 97.7 at OKSports.tv.
333 Dental Care in Mangum is the dental practice of Dr. Dustin Lively. His experience, skill, and compassion go hand in hand when providing exceptional, up-to-date patient care. Dr. Lively and his team of professionals are proud to help you with the best dental care possible, along with preventive care that will result in a beautiful, long-lasting smile. Call 580-782-2552 or visit the team at 333 Dental Care. They support the Mangum Tigers and Lady Tigers.
Wondering how Western Oklahoma State College can fit into your future? With 25 degree options and more than 20 student organizations, it's easy to join the Pioneer family. Western offers classes online and on campus, making it simple to fit an education into your schedule. Western's tuition is less than half of a 4-year university's and offers many scholarship opportunities. To find out more about how your future is brighter at Western, visit WOSC.edu.
Welcome back, 48-0 at the half. Mangum in front of Classen SAS at Northeast. At the half, Hobart leading Hinton 26-7. That is the district opener for both of those ball clubs. And again, halftime score, Hobart in front of Hinton 26-7. They are at the intermission. Also at halftime, Healdton in front of Apache 14-8. 14-8, Healdton in front of Apache. Cordell hammering Merritt at the intermission. The Blue Devils leading the Oilers 26-0. 26-0, Cordell out in front of Merritt. That is a halftime score. Next week's opponent for the Mangum Tigers, Frederick. Bombers at the Bomber Bowl tonight, leading the Eagles of Sayre. And they've got a minute left in the first quarter of play. Frederick 14, Sayre 0. A minute left there in the first half as they play that one down at the Bomber Bowl. Elsewhere in Class A play, a couple of teams that we've seen already this year. Ringling is leading Walters 50-0. That is a halftime score. Ringling out in front of Walters 50-0. It's Minko leading Rush Springs 32-7. Also at the half, Thomas in front of Hooker 28-7. Texoma by 20 over Fairview at the intermission, 27-7. Texoma in front of Fairview. And again, that is a halftime score. At the half here, 48-0. Mangum out in front of SAS Classen at Northeast. Our halftime being brought to us by Stockman's Bank here on Classic Hits 97.7 and OKSports.tv.
Jamie's Auto Sales in Mangum specializes in reliable used vehicles. Here are some of the examples of what's on the lot right now. Check out this 2012 Kia Sorento all-wheel drive with 102,000 miles and fully equipped. It's white with ebony cloth for only $79.50. Or this 2010 GMC Terrain, locally owned, 113,000 miles, rear DVD, leather, only $88.50. And this 2012 loaded Audi QS for $11,950. See Jamie or Lacey at Jamie's Auto Sales in Mangum.
Most folks don't need the services of an attorney often, but when they do, many are choosing Corey Kendall, attorney at law. With offices in Altus and Mangum, Corey provides family law, estate planning, real estate, and criminal law services, operating with integrity as the cornerstone of his practice. The Kendall Law Firm is family-run, with wife Renee managing the office. When you need an attorney, remember Corey Kendall, attorney at law.
At the half, Mangum on top 48-0. If you weren't with us in the pregame show, shame on you. Dylan Fox and I having a riveting discussion about the safety of football and where the game is headed somewhere in the future. And I'm one of those proponents that I think that football 50 years from now looks drastically different than it does right now, and it may not even take that long to get there because more and more parents are not allowing their kids to play football because of the dangers, the CTE that you talked about. You know, you look at the number of NFL players who have committed suicide, and it was a direct result of that CTE. So I'm of the mindset that we will get to the point where football, you know, we talked about those foam covers that they put over the helmets. I think that you'll see that, and I think there's going to be some other rules that will be legislated in that will dramatically change the game, and eventually we evolve into a game that you do not tackle. It becomes a flag football game.
Yeah, for sure. I agree that the game will definitely look different here in the next 20, 30 years, but I actually kind of want to counter what you said about the padding on the helmets. So as football's progressed, the helmets have gotten bigger and quote unquote safer.
Okay.
So do you think that allows players to think I have the freedom to just use my helmet as something to hit with instead of being more careful about hitting somebody with their head?
So you say using it as a battering ram.
Right. So if you keep on putting more padding on it, they're just going to become more reckless with it and actually use it like head on to hit players. Well,
and again, I did not play, contrary to what people think, back in the day when we had leather helmets and no face masks. I actually had a Rydell helmet that you know, we put air in it and we pumped it up. And, you know, I can tell you that even though it was 40 years ago, no, we did not use our helmet as a weapon. But I understand what you say. And I think it goes back to teaching and coaching. And, you know, there has been an emphasis by the NFL to work with the coaches on a little league level because you had so many that were doing the Oklahoma drill where they're having 6-year-old kids, and you talked about it, 6, 7, 8-year-old kids getting in a line 5 yards apart and just waylaying one another when they have no idea about technique and their bodies are not equipped to handle those kind of collisions.
Yeah, and like I had said earlier, the helmet at that age is so big on those kids that they can't handle it. They can't hold their head up. So whenever that they get hit, instead of keeping their head up and not hitting the ground as hard, it's pretty much just like a whip effect, and it's hitting the ground super hard. But I think that's the biggest thing is there's going to have to be something in place where the kids are learning the basics of tackling. We can't just like expect these kids to go out and hit each other as hard as possible, which almost happens in like a Pop Warner league where they're just like, you need to go hit this kid as hard as possible. No, there needs to be some technique or just regulations. There's more regulations in NFL than there is in Little League football, and that needs to change.
Yeah.
There needs to be more regulations at a younger level.
I think you bring up a great point because you get coaches that are the Neanderthals that, you know, well, this is how I did it when I was a kid. If it was good enough for me, then it's good enough for my kid and my team. And you know, we have to progress. We have to look at things differently than we did. For one thing, human beings, athletes, getting bigger and stronger and faster than they ever were. All right? Back in my day, and again, I'm not blowing smoke up anybody's backside, but I ran a 4.685 40, and that was blazing back in the day.
Right.
Now if you run that kind of 40, you're like, can we get out a calendar to time you? I mean, that's just how it was. My high school football team, we played in the largest suburban conference in the state of Missouri. We had one player that was over 200 pounds.
Right.
So, I mean, all you have to do is look at the size and the physical ability. And I mean, kids now start playing. They're specialized. They start at an earlier age.
And training,
we've got
training,
yes, exactly. Training, nutrition, all that other stuff. And so yes, it's a different time, and we're not trying to water things down. But you've got to look at the different type of human being that is out there now than there was even 30 years ago.
Yeah, for sure. I mean, I don't think anyone would deny the fact that players in general are getting bigger, stronger, faster. I mean, that's just the progression of science and science being applied to the strength training and nutrition. And so the football community also has to progress along with the other developments in science. So they can't just keep doing the same thing when, I mean, we've had 2 deaths within the last 2 weeks. I mean, that's a big issue and needs to be addressed. And
we need to keep in mind that the first death, a young man, Mr. Webb, who died a couple of weeks ago, he was making a routine tackle. He simply tackled the quarterback, and when he came down, the quarterback came down on top of him, and the back of his head hit the ground. I mean, so there has to be perspective that goes into everything, but I do think that we will see a different game as it progresses. One other thing that I want to talk about, you know this better than I do because of what you are studying to do, but the number of concussions, head injuries, and possible CTE suffered by soccer athletes because they head the ball so much and because of the collisions that take place.
Right. So a lot of people associate CTE with a blackout concussion.
Right.
But that's not the case at all. I mean, it's the subconcussive hits of 2 linemen hitting each other every single play, and that's the stuff that adds up. Honestly, if a kid was to black out, they normally recover faster than one who does it.
Wow.
So for me personally, whenever I've had 2 concussions, and the time I blacked out, I felt completely fine. And the time I didn't, I was nauseous, blurred vision. And so people think that the only time a concussion is bad is when it's a blackout concussion. No, it's every subconcussive hit that takes place in soccer, baseball, football. I mean, any sport. It's the just routine hits that compile.
Fascinating stuff there, and thank you for your knowledge. And I know Mom and Dad have got to be proud listening to you talk because of your knowledge. You're actually learning something there at OU.
Yeah, and the CTE concussion stuff is something I'm pretty passionate about.
I can tell.
I've done research papers over it and stuff, so this is something that I really enjoy talking about and bringing awareness to.
And I'm always glad when I know that there's young people out there that are smart and educated and will be able to roll me around in my wheelchair and change my bedpan for me.
I don't know if I'm going to sign up to do that. But.
And with that in mind, the third quarter is set to get underway here on Classic Hits 97.7 and OKSports.tv. Mangum to kick the football away as we begin the third period. Tigers on top 48-0. Dylan Fox telling you that he thinks probably the first team will come out and play the first series, and then they will be done for the night, both offensively and defensively. We shall see. So set to kick the football away for the Tigers will be Jackson Warner. And again, Mangum leading 48-0 and getting it done in just about every which way imaginable. Short kick here on the near side, and it will go out of bounds. It'll be 1st and 10 at about the 35-yard line. Fierce collision down below us as Bryce Ditmore and Aaron Kirby exchanged greetings. So second half underway here. Our third quarter brought to us by 333 Dental. Good folks over there, the Livelies, and all the good people that work for them. Thank you so much for being sponsors of our third quarter here on Classic Hits 97.7 and OKSports.tv. Fun stuff about our thing is that it's recorded and you can go back and watch it. There's no subscription fee or anything else. You can also go to Facebook Classic Hits 97.7 and watch it. So gotta like them apples, Bob. So we'll see what the comments do here. 1st and 10, 48-0. Underneath center, Nicholas Crump. And Crump going to lose the football, and Stetson Ryan will fall on it. And just like that, second half begins, kind of like how the first half ended. Mangum in control. They recover the fumble there. It'll be 1st and 10 for the Tigers, and they will have it at the Comet 33-yard line, 1st and 10.
Yeah, let's see if they bring out their starters for this drive or not. It looks like Colton Laughlin's in at quarterback, so. Yeah,
Laughlin's out there. We see Fisher Webb, Sawyer Webb out there as well. Maybe Sawyer didn't go out. No, he did not. That's Quan Bailey instead. Here on the near side, Leighton Ketchum, Dalen Stacy. And split out here in the slot is Bryson Williams, who's got one catch on the night already for a touchdown. From the shotgun, Laughlin turns, hands the ball off to Quan. Bailey has the 30, 25, 20, 15, 10, 5. Touchdown. There's your single drive of the second half for the first team squad as Bailey goes untouched from 34 yards away. And that'll make it a 54-0 ball game with the either 2-point or extra point on the way.
Yeah, I will be very surprised if any of those starters see the field the rest of the game.
Well, and it's worth noting the clock is continuing to run. So I think both sides have agreed to let this one run continuously now for the rest of the ball game. So it should last only about 25, 30 minutes. So the extra point attempt now, Jackson Warner. Warner, kick on the way, and this one is up, and it is good. So, and you can hear the crowd below us cheering for Jackson Warner as Mangum leads it 54-0. And oh, by the way, they're letting the clock continue to run even after the touchdown and the made conversion. Mangum leading at 55-0 now after the extra point. We're back after this. Classic Hits 97.7, OKSports.tv.
Bring hope and peace to a child. Young children of all ages need homes. Please consider opening your loving home to a child in need. Children deserve to grow up in a loving, caring family. We have the services and community connections that can help foster families succeed. Contact your local youth service agency at 580-726-3383 for more details. Abused and neglected children are Oklahoma's most vulnerable population. Help is needed now. Great Plains Youth and Family Services is a proud sponsor of today's broadcast.
All right, and clock continuing to run. We're at 9:30 now in this third period of play. Mangum on top now, 55-0. One play and a touchdown, one play and a turnover for SAS Classen at Northeast. So again, unless they decide to stop the clock, like within the final 2 minutes of the ball game or on a penalty or something, this one actually may be over in about 24, 25 minutes. We'll see. So Jackson Warner kicks it away, low line drive, hits it at 20, rolls inside the 15, and finally going to be picked up at the 10-yard line by Jamarlin Jones, and Jones going to go out of bounds after a short gain on that far sideline. And see where they said he stepped out. Umpire here on the near side, it looked like he was going to give him the 21, but actually Jones stepped out at about the 17. So it'll be 1st and 10 from there. 8:35 and running in this third quarter of play. Mangum on top, 55-0. Our third quarter brought to you by 333 Dental. And you like this, right?
I like this, 55-0. You know, Mangum wants all their players good for next week. Classen SAS got a long drive ahead of them going back. I think this is best for both sides.
All right, 1st and 10 now, Nicholas Crump. And Crump struggles with the handoff and finally gets it into the hands of Xavion Gurley, but Gurley going to get knocked off his feet back behind the line of scrimmage at about the 25-yard line as Brody Shelby will come in and make the play. Also in on the stop for the Tigers, Stetson Ryan. So that'll bring up a second down and about 13 after the loss. 7:45 and running in the third quarter. Again, the road gets much tougher next week for the Tigers as the calendar turns October and the schedule turns to district play. We'll be down at the Bomber Bowl taking on Frederick. Second down carry, and again, the mesh not good between quarterback and tailback, but hard running out to the 20-yard line. Turned in by Jamarlin Jones. And now a penalty flag going to fly. And, boy, you really hate seeing that as well. Some woofing going on. Ronald Steele going to get ticketed for an unsportsmanlike penalty. Some talking going on. And after the hard run by Jones, 15-yard mark-off on unsportsmanlike conduct. So, and again, we understand the frustration. And that is another reason why They're tick, 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 letting the clock run here in this second half of play.
I mean, it's understandable to be
Yeah.
frustrated
Yeah.
at this point in the game. So, but as a coach, you need to tell your players, listen, guys, we've got to stay composed the rest of this.
Well, and it's really hard for the guys in black to keep their composure. I mean, you're still going out there and you're playing football, and you got some guy talking in your ear, and you got to be real careful about what you do. Hard running up the middle, turned in by Xavier Gurley. Gurley going to be dragged down from behind at about the 22-yard line. Stetson Ryan in on the stop. Got some help as well from Bryce Ditmore, and that'll bring up a fourth down play. That penalty apparently was a dead ball call.
Yeah, Coach Powers definitely needs to tell his players, listen, we've got a big game next week, so don't do anything that'll get you in trouble the rest of this game.
All right, so here we go. It'll be fourth down, and the fourth down carry to the 30, and that'll be a first down turned in by the tailback, and a good job there by Jones to pick up the tailback. Now, I'm looking at the schedule that is inside, because I got to know, I'm looking at the schedule that's inside the program, and it says that ball game next week is at home against Frederick. I had a schedule that showed it was at the Bomber Bowl, so I have to clarify that and find out for sure. But my schedule that I had said we would be at Frederick for week number 5, but this schedule says at home. Ball on the ground and picked up by Xavier Gurley. Gurley going to get dragged down back at about the 27-yard line. Making the play for Mangum will be Elijah Bernal. A loss of 6, second down and about 16. Good job by Bernal to stay on that one. That was kind of a busted play there. So again, the clock running, 5 minutes left here in this third quarter of play. Mangum has had one play offensively in the second half, and they were able to score on that play. Meantime, SAS Classen at Northeast with the football. Second down and about 13. Mangum just trying to keep everything in front of them as they get a dive over the right side, and good job by the big fellas up top on the interior to stop that one in its tracks. Corbin McGill making the play. Also in on the stop, my main man, Christian Travanka, and got help from Stetson Ryan as well. And that will bring up a third down now. Third down and about 11. Going to have you alongside on this great looking, but it's turned out to be a very comfortable Friday night. Although we could use a little bit more air movement inside the old press box. And that sun went down rather quickly, and we were certainly appreciative of that.
We need Fox Radio to hook us up with a fan in here.
Well, you know what? I bought a fan yesterday. I should have brought one for us as well. Off-tackle carrier right side. Playing Stetson Ryan. He has just played really well here tonight. He and Christian Travanka have got it done on the interior this evening. And that is another tackle for those two. So it will be a home game, I am now confirming, against Frederick next week. So we're here, not at the Bomber Bowl. You're not going to get
the bomber car.
You're not going to see the bomber car. No, I'm sorry. I had that big build-up for you.
Dang it.
You got the helicopter tonight, and you're all set for the bomber car next week, but you'll have to put that off for another season. I apologize. Ball loose, going to be picked up by Jones. And well, I tell you what, I like this kid. Jamarlin can run hard. He will get it near the 40-yard line and near a first down. And Jamarlin saying, I got the first down. Stetson Ryan in on the stop, and Christian Travanka again. But with 3 minutes left here in this third period of play, another first down for SAS Classen at Northeast.
And again, it is a continuously running clock. So whenever it says 3 minutes, this quarter is going to be over in 3 minutes.
Best drive of the night, no doubt about it, for the Comets. And again, the ball on the ground. Boy, I tell you what, a good job of picking it up there. A little toss sweep right side, but a loss on the play. Big yardage loss there. As Xavier Gurley got the late pitch from Nicholas Crump. And he'll lose 4 on the play and brings up a second down and 14.
So is it Classen SAS or is it Northeast or how is that?
I don't know. It's a mouthful. I know that.
Gotcha.
And what they did is they renamed the school. You know, they shut down a bunch of schools in the Oklahoma City metro area, and they renamed the school. And there actually was a lawsuit filed, and there still is a debate as I think the school is officially going to be named. Meantime, no doubt, look at this run here, still on his feet, picking up the first down and more across the 50-yard line. Will go Jamarlin Jones. Jamarlin should have been tackled all the way back at about his own 39. Instead, he bobbed, weaved, shaked, baked, ran over a couple of people, broke a tackle, tore away from his jersey, and picked up a first down.
Yeah, he's not going quiet into the night. He's here to play.
One of my sons, that is not my son, but I've always considered him my son, Kalen Golden, watching the broadcast. Thanks, Kalen, for joining us, and congratulations. Kalen got engaged this week to a lovely woman. I trained Kalen well.
Well, congratulations.
Yeah, he's a fine young man. Kalen Golden, and got a beautiful daughter. Proud of him. Carry here for the big bruising quarterback Crump, Nicholas takes it down to about the 45-yard line. Great story about about Kalen. We talk about head injuries and stuff. Kalen was on my T-ball team, and he was playing pitcher for me, a great athlete. And so he's playing pitcher, and a line drive comes right at him, hits him in the forehead. I mean, conked him big time. And I'm in the field coaching, of course, but being the defensive coach. And he looked at me. I said, "Don't look at me, boy. Pick up the ball and get him out." And he did.
Are you okay or anything like that?
He's never been the same, but I mean, ball on the ground here as it goes between the legs of Crump, and a good job that time by Nicholas to go back and fall on it at about his own 40-yard line. And that may be the final play of quarter number 3. It's been brought to you by 333 Dental. And it will be the final play of the third. So, third period in the books. Mangum on top, 55-0. The final 12 minutes, quite literally, coming up on Classic Hits 97.7 at OKSports.tv.
If you have tickets or accidents and need auto insurance, you're purchasing a new home and need homeowners coverage, you're a contractor needing general liability or a bond, maybe you're a business owner and need professional liability, directors and officers, or cyber liability. You need farm coverage or crop insurance. The Castle Agency in Mangum is who you're looking for. Family owned and operated for 81 years, the Castle Agency provides insurance for individuals, families, businesses with all kinds of insurance needs. Call or go by the Castle Agency, and Pam Simmons will be happy to help you out. Phone 580-782-3049. Visit the office at 122 South Pennsylvania in Mangum.
We are a community of ongoing legacy and tradition. This is Landon Brooks from Stockman's Bank, member FDIC. We are so proud of the continued success of the Mangum Tigers on and off the field. Good luck on another exciting season, Tigers and Lady Tigers. Stockman's Bank is behind you all the way.
By the way, Richie Galloway going to the OSSAA rankings as I did, and indeed the ball game next week against Frederick will be here at the Liberty Bowl. And that schedule that I have back in my office at the DHS, I'm crumpling it up and throwing it away. So I'm glad that I worked this out, because otherwise you'd have been here and I'd been down there at the Liberty Bowl and I'd have been like, where is everybody?
I would have been in Frederick. I listened to you where the games are at.
You should never follow my lead. That's your first mistake. All right, fourth quarter about to get underway here. Mangum comfortably on their way to their fourth win in as many tries, as that third period took exactly 12 minutes. They started the clock, never stopped it, and we suspect they'll do the same thing here in the fourth quarter. I'm going to be honest with you. I hope that the Comets stick the ball into the end zone. I'd like to see them get a score.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, they made the drive all the way down here. Some of their kids are working extremely hard. I think the best for everybody would be for them to score on one of the next possessions.
I'm telling you, I'll take Jamarlin Jones and Nicholas Crump, and I will beat you in a lot of different things. No opportunity there for Crump at the quarterback position to get on track, as he picked up a low snap again and then got just swarmed underneath. But he also got his face mask pulled, and so this will be a 15-yard mark-off. So Crump battling in there and working hard, and again, take some fortitude. You're getting beat 55-0, and to work and play as hard as Jones and Crump and some of the other kids are.
Yeah, no, Jones and Crump they're athletes, to say the least.
Oh, yeah.
And they're competitors, and they really don't care what the score is. They want to score.
All right, so the 15-yard mark-off makes it third down and about 11. Crump from the shotgun formation hands it off to the inside, and just no room to run there for the tailback, and stripping the football away after the whistle was blown, Payson Jenkins. Also in the middle of that, J.T. Schrum. And a good play made as well by Leighton Ketchum here on the near side. Like the way that defense has played all night long. And defensive line really has worked hard inside, and they will be challenged on that front line next week against the Bombers. The Bombers have a ton of skill players. I mean, Frederick they've got 4 or 5 kids that they look like they're clones. They run the same way, and they will be a stern test for district play beginning next week. Crump again loses the football. It bounced into the hands of Jones, and he'll get smacked to the turf at the 49-yard line. And again, it's the same usual suspects in there for Mangum. Payson Jenkins, J.T. Schrum in there. Also getting off the pile that time for the Tigers was Mason Mathis. So Mason getting in there, the sophomore. That feels kind of good. Getting a chance to go hit somebody besides somebody on your team in practice, being on a scout team, getting your hat handed to you all the time.
Yeah.
That's no fun.
Yeah, whenever you get the chance to play, I mean, those kids are ready to go too. They
want
to hit somebody.
You better believe it. 9:50 left of the ball game. High snap there will go to Shelby. He'll go up and get it, hand it off to Sawyer. Webb across the 50, down to about the 45. And boy, he'll get hammered there. And in on the stop for the Comets, Bozarth, William, big old kid he is. But a gain of 5 on the play for Sawyer Webb, 2nd down and 5.
And going back to that Frederick game, you said off the air that Frederick was voted to win the conference, right?
Well, the coaches picked them to win the district, but
gotcha.
They were trailing at last word. I take that back. They had taken the lead against Sayre. They had trailed momentarily, but had taken the lead against Sailor. So 2nd down and 5, high snap again, but Brody will go up and get it, going to keep it himself. Tries to turn the corner, makes the 44 and no more. And that'll bring up a 3rd down and about 4 for Mangum. Kalen says, yeah, I appreciate the comment, sir. Those were good times. We did. We had a great time. There was Kalen, another young man by the name of Tyler Martinez, and those two and my son, Taylor Reed, they were like my boys. And, of course, I've never grown up, and you can imagine what I was like 20 years ago when those guys were 5, 6, 7, 8, 9 years old. I was the biggest kid in the block, and we would have some fun times, let me tell you. Here's Quan Bailey on the carry, and Bailey will take it down to the 41-yard line, and a penalty flag will fly across the way. And I think we're going to get that official across the way. He looks a little cantankerous, doesn't he?
Yeah, he wasn't happy, and whoever number 15 was just took his helmet off on the field and walked off, so I'm not sure who that is.
Well, I thought we were going to get a sideline warning, but I'm not so sure now that this may be unsportsmanlike conduct. Because like I said, that official across the way was furious, and it is an unsportsmanlike conduct. Personal foul penalty called against the Comets. By the way, the clock does continue to run. 7:35 left of the ball game. And since we've got that kind of ball game, I can tell you the mark-off going to give Mangum the first down. But since we've got this kind of ball game, I can tell you that those 3 amigos that I talked a minute ago, one morning we had spent the night in Dallas at a hotel, and then we got up the next morning to go to Six Flags. And I was driving a friend's car because I couldn't fit them all in my pickup truck, and I didn't realize their gas tank was much smaller than mine. We ran out of gas in downtown Dallas.
Geez.
3 10-year-olds and me. That was a treat. Oh, look at the treat here. Running right up the middle of the field, inside the 15, down to the 14-yard line. Will go Brody Shelby, and Shelby going to pick up a first down for the Tigers with 6:55 left of the ball game. How those boys survived, I have no idea. I really don't. It's amazing. How I survived is up in the air as well. 6:35 left of the ball game. I mean, that's one thing about sports. My connection with those 2 young men came from playing Little League sports, and now they're lifetime friends and kids that I love and adore. On the carry, here's Sawyer Webb, and Webb going to get dropped back behind the line of scrimmage. He'll lose a couple of yards. Penalty flags all over the place. 6:15 clock running. You know, that's the one thing about sports, and we saw it a couple of weeks ago when that young Peter Webb lost his life, and then the young man this week at Lexington, is that we seem to all be connected through sports, through high school sports and junior high sports and Little League and traveling teams and that sort of thing. And that's what makes it such a small state. I mean, I realize that the internet has made it a small world, but when you boil it down, sports, you can go anywhere. And I've seen it happen with you the last year and a half that you and I have worked places, and you'll go and there'll be somebody that you'll know, a coach or someone that you'll talk to, and it's amazing.
Yeah, no, for sure. I mean, sports is a way for all schools, communities to come together at certain times.
Ball lost here on a quarterback keeper, fumble by Brody Shelby, and I believe the Comets have recovered it, and indeed they have. So a fumble recovery there, and it's coming out of the pack with the football, Xavier Rodriguez.
No, but going back to what I was saying, I mean, I just think the high school sports atmosphere and how it's just kind of set up is all these small towns out here, and even the bigger ones, the communities are drawn to. I mean, it's something you see people walking down here every Friday night,
right?
And whenever something tragic like that happens, I think it really brings all the communities around together. And
it certainly did. I mean, folks have rallied around both of those families over the last 2 weeks. 4:45 left here in the ball game, 55-0, and the only thing down here is the final score. As quarterback keeper and thrown to the ground rather unceremoniously.
Yeah, it's a little chippy.
Jamarlin Jones said, chippy is an understatement. And on the stop for the Tigers was a little surprised he's still out there, but Leighton catch him one of those that just doesn't want to come off the field. He just wants to keep playing. Down to 4:10 left of the ball game, and again, a second half that's only going to last 24 minutes because they have run the clock continuously. Little toss sweep on the far side to Jones. He's got some room, 35, and dragged down right there. I don't know if they'll give him the 35 or not. Yeah, they'll give him the 34, so good job by Jamarlin across the way making the stop for the Tigers. Jackson Warner got some help as well from Ashton Toney, but that's good enough for a first down with 3:40 in the clock running in the ball game. Well, if you're the Comets, you desperately want to score, and if you're the Tigers, you're doing everything you can to keep them out of the end zone.
Yeah, I mean, if you're going to drive all the way down here, you at least want to score once, right?
Toss sweep near side, trying to turn the corner, looking for space is Gurley. Xavier going to get knocked down at the 30-yard line. He'll lose 3 on the play. Great job of stringing that play out defensively by the Tigers. And getting it done was Payson Jenkins, but he got some help on the pursuit from J.T. Schramm, and coming up from his secondary position to help out as well was again Ashton Toney. I think we may have seen Jackson Warner in the neighborhood as well. 2:55 left of the ball game. Glad you joined us tonight here on Classic Hits 97.7 and OKSports.tv. Remember, go back and watch the games on the YouTube channel or on our Facebook page, Classic Hits 97.7. Of course, I'll have the show coming up on Monday morning. Classic Hits 97.7. Michael in the morning. It's morning radio the way it should be. 3rd down and 13. And Crump going to keep it himself. Tries to bust it to the outside. Does. Breaks a tackle. Has the 35. Makes a move out to the 36-yard line. Still on his feet. And he just simply refuses to go down. There's about 6 kids in black hats that are pushing him around. And Crump, as we mentioned, he's a fire plug in a uniform. Would not go down. And he'll get some of that yardage back and set up what looks to be they say 3rd down, but I thought that was 3rd down a moment ago. They gave him the down over, so it'll be 3rd down, and we'll call it 7.5. 2 minutes left of the ball game. Well, this is a fun one tonight if you can get out of here without anybody getting hurt. And that's what you're looking at from a coaching standpoint. Don't want to get anybody injured here. 3rd down play. Crump going to lose the football again. Boy, I'll tell you what, he's done a great job of picking the ball up all night long because it has been on the deck several times. Jamarlin Jones on the carry, and Jones that time not able to break free as he was bear hugged to the turf by, among others, Payson Jenkins.
Yeah, there's definitely been some miscommunication on the snap so far. I mean, one of them was the result of the safety that occurred in that first quarter.
By the way, that was big old Chris Harper on the stop, not Jenkins. So Chris Harper with the bear hug, and Chris is, he can bear hug you. And bear hug, lion hug, woolly mammoth hug. That's a load out there. He fills his pants out. He's not a chip off the old block. He's the whole wood pile. So 55 seconds left in this one. 4th down and about 6. They'll hand it off to Jones, and Jones hit immediately by Cervanka. Well, look at that tackle there. That's a bear hug plus. Got some help in the end as well from a couple of other tacklers. But again, that was Cervanka coming in and making the play right away. So on downs, Mangum will get it. And it doesn't look like they'll have to run a play. Cesare Rawl wants to know who Mangum's playing. Well, it's a whole bunch of names. It's Classen SAS at Northeast. And this one will come to an end right now. Mangum will win it by a final score of 55-0. And they will finish the non-district portion of their regular season at 4-0. And it gets fun beginning next Friday night here at the Liberty Bowl. Mangum wins it tonight by a final score of 55-0. We're back to wrap this one up after this on Classic Hits 97.7 and OKSports.tv.
Folks in Mangum know what to do when they need to quench a thirst, curb a hunger attack, or cool down with an ice cream. They just make the Loop at 918 North Lewis Tittle in Mangum. The Loop, supporting the Mangum Tigers and Lady Tigers.
Mangum Brick Company has been operating since the early 1900s. They're the largest private employer in Greer County. Mangum Brick is proud to support high school athletics radio broadcasts. And if you know of someone looking for work, always check with Mangum Brick, as they may be hiring.
Travis Septic Tank Service can handle everything related to septic tank maintenance and cleaning, including commercial applications. Call Travis Septic Tank Services at 580-782-2384. That's 782-2384. Travis says, go Mangum Tigers. The Hamburger Inn in Mangum continues to be that special place people have enjoyed for generations. Good food prepared by your neighbors in a laid-back atmosphere where you really feel at home. Breakfast, lunch specials daily, and the famous fish fry every Friday night, or a great steak dinner on Saturday night. But you guys know about the Hamburger Inn in Mangum. We'll see you there.
The Mangum Star News has been serving southwest Oklahoma since 1887. No wonder when folks want to know what's happening, they grab the Mangum Star News. Today, the paper is just as proud as ever to serve you online, in your mailbox, or at a store near you. The Mangum Star News.
Well, there is an old phrase that goes something like this: discretion is the better part of valor. And certainly discretion was the better part of valor here tonight, running the clock continuously from the opening kickoff of the second half. And quite literally, the second half took 25 minutes. We had 12 minutes for each of the two quarters, the second and the third, and a minute in between the two periods. And that's how it should be. Mangum wins it by a final score of 55-0.
Yeah, I think that was best for Mangum for sure. I mean, they have a big district game coming up next week, and they need all hands on deck for that one.
All right, so Mangum now 4-0 on the year, winning it 55-0 back here in the friendly confines of the Liberty Bowl next Friday night, entertaining the Bombers of Frederick. And we'll go on the air at about 6:45. Kickoff will be at 7 o'clock. And we will have for you, we hope, Monday morning, if it is available for the OSSAA, the softball pairings for the Mangum Lady Tigers, as they will begin district play on Thursday, we think, Thursday of next week. And again, we talked to Travis Reese earlier, said there may be some changes in that schedule because of impending weather, which we are expecting middle part of next week. Actually, there's supposed to be a cold front that comes through, a pretty good chance of showers and thunderstorms. And I saw where next Wednesday night, or was it next Thursday night, the overnight low could be 58 degrees. How about that?
Yeah, I mean, I like the warm weather, but not 100 degrees. So if we could get a happy medium, I'd be happy.
All right, we're getting you out of here early. Going to go back to Norman and check out Texas Tech and the Sooners now since we're getting you out of here early.
I'm still trying to figure that out. I don't know yet.
All right. Depends on what mom's cooking for the weekend,
yeah,
whether
exactly,
you want to stick around.
Exactly, yeah. Yeah.
All right, Dylan Fox, always a great job with camera work and color analysis. We appreciate you. Appreciate all of our viewers and our listeners as well. We hope you had as much fun as we did, because after all, that's kind of what it's all about. Dylan, of course, great knowledge as well when we're talking about concussions and CTE and all that stuff, and I hope you enjoyed that conversation too. So for Dylan Fox, for his dad, Chad Fox, mom, Shelly Fox, I'm Michael, not a Fox, in the morning. Thank you for joining us here on Classic Hits 97.7 and OKSports.tv. Make sure you join me Monday morning, 6 to 9. It's Michael in the Morning. It's morning radio the way it should be. Classic Hits 97.7. Good night, everybody.